That works too.
Are we live again?
We're live again.
All right.
So what we've been talking about was wait, what the fuck were we?
We went from Jonathan Majors to.
Oh, he ran away from that topic, and it works.
Yeah, you tried.
I did.
He ran away like Jonathan Majors himself.
Oh, well, you're going to be found guilty. You shouldn't do anything like him right now.
And get fired by Marv
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Marvel was. Hey, to be fair, shout out to Marvel. They did wait.
Oh yeah, no, they waited for
that is actually super fair.
Yeah.
I cannot like that. Like a lot of places would have been like, oh fuck, but they did a good job of being like.
They waited.
Now, granted, if it was, get your flaccid mic out of here.
Try to tighten it with this.
Oh yeah, where is
Is it
The arm of it.
there's nothing.
There is, but it's too. This is too big for it.
Then grab the little black one. That's. But anyway, while he's doing science over there, it's mechanics.
You're right.
Mechanics.
There's no mechanics class in 6th grade.
That's because we don't like our children being useful.
Yeah.
We want to teach them social studies
good
and
is that?
science for the 18th time. I mean, not
It's
science.
not even really catching in there.
Oh, fuck, really?
I think I got it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll make do.
Just don't touch it and get too excitable.
Yeah.
He's going to get excited.
Jerk this thing off
well, he
fast.
shouldn't.
That'll work.
He has no
So should we
reason to
jump
be
right
excited.
into our joy mode? No, I'm playing.
No, I have no
right
reason
now.
to be excited whatsoever. My pick'ems are fucking terrible. I got to drink some nasty crap tonight, I'm sure.
You won.
Not this past week.
Really?
No, I was
Who won
dead
this
last.
Sam actually
Really?
did a lot. Like, he's one game behind Gertz now.
Yeah, I'm in first. Sammy's one game behind me, and I think,
Falling off a cliff.
but I think you're next at like 5.
TJ is.
Oh,
I said them birds are flying. But that said, the Jonathan Majors situation. From what limited, I've kept very limited.
I didn't
know that was even.
I just said I'm
like,
gonna let this case happen as it happens.
Somehow Megan Good got involved. And,
She was crying in the thing every day, which fine, supporting her man. And to be honest, this is not to take away from the situation. It's more so this is a lot of press for a misdemeanor action.
well, when you're the face of a franchise like Marvel, like if this happened to like Adam Driver, you bet it'd be getting covered like this too. When Star
which is
Wars
fair.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think,
Star
because
Wars.
Marvel's.
Yeah.
Star Wars
Well,
aspect,
no,
yeah.
not
Yes.
true. Namor isn't getting coverage like this.
That's true.
That is very true.
But I mean, was he didn't have as much stuff behind him
And is
as
it a criminal
Jonathan
case
Majors.
behind?
Also, Jonathan
I don't know. It's Mexico, bro. So
I mean, criminal cases are something for people to chew on. So that's it's there. So
Yeah.
so we're not going to cover it. It's one of those type of deals.
And Jonathan,
I guess in Namor's case, if it's nothing
but
to
Jonathan Majors' rise was like way faster
the
though.
fastest thing.
Yeah.
No, he was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And it was more than just Marvel too.
Oh yeah, he did Creed.
3.
Yeah.
And to your point, Serenity, and again, please correct me if I'm super off basis. The only video that we have is him running away from her, like as footage, and then the texts sound like a toxic relationship,
Oh, it should sound toxic as hell.
but not a you get
one-sided abusive relationship.
Yeah, not you get that makes sense. It sounds like a whole mess of a relationship that again should not have made it to a courtroom. If that makes sense.
So it doesn't work this way, and I shouldn't be the person to ever speak on relationships ever. But I mean, it just feels like offsetting penalties. They were both bad to each other, and that
I think it's kind of like a Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation.
yes, that's another situation that I'm like, that's offsetting penalties. Like
It's
honestly,
in the vein, it seems. Yeah, just abusive shit to
Yeah.
one another, and
like there's no bad guy. They're both bad, and they both need therapy. There's no. They're actually the other way. There's no good guy in this situation. I think really.
And I mean,
it should be any type of physical anything in a relationship. Oh yeah, I figure if it gets to that point, just fucking leave each other.
at that point, like
Fucking leave.
where there's if there's a question of who's physical with who,
People not want happiness.
then you don't have to. You don't have to. And granted, there's a lot of psychology behind this, so it's not as easy as saying you don't have to be with that person, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not but it's two people, Like I understand like the abusive relationships when, it's someone is abusing the fuck out of someone else and it's a lot there, but you're fighting back too. It's a mess. It's like, you're defending yourself. Now defend yourself in take a couple more steps, please.
But I feel like my problem with it, to your point, Rakeen.
Don't worry about it. Nothing's happening. Go on, TJ.
To your point, Rakeen, and just to the point in general. Again, more you look at or from the limited exposure I've had. Of course, and if there's something that's showing some clear haymaker shit, let me know, because then that's a whole different problem.
That's
But it sounds like it sounds like counter manipulation on both ends, like you had mentioned. A lot of she said, he said, and something again that, to be fair, I don't think a lot of things like this should be.
It gives me the ick to say a sentence. I'll be honest, like anything about this case, just because
it's a tough thing, because you don't want to seem as like, oh no, you want to support people who are in abusive relationships. Those sorts of things should always hit a courtroom at any given time, right? If you're in an active, if it hits domestic violence, there's a reason why it's called that. It's a charge. But the fact that it landed on a misdemeanor just tells me that they were searching for something to do here because of an abuse, because of a counter abusive relationship.
It wasn't a criminal trial, correct? It was a civil suit,
yes.
right? No,
it was criminal. It was criminal.
Yeah, it's misdemeanor.
Oh, okay.
It's a misdemeanor.
Okay.
They're both misdemeanor charges, I believe. Well, he got charged with 2 of them and 4. It was 4 charges.
I know he was found guilty of harassment and assault.
Harassment.
Oh, and where did this take place? Where was it?
I really don't know a lot about this. I know
because
that
I know assault differs by definition.
Hey, can you
where it is?
Actually, can you just pull up a thing that says Jonathan Majors 101? Yeah, the quick facts. Because I just feel like
I don't know much about it. I'm aware that it's being covered a lot, and it's because he had a meteoric rise, and people thought he was going to be like the next big
That was
leading
more
man.
what I wanted to talk about. Was just that that's quite a rise and fall.
Oh yeah, I can't think of
record number time.
Yeah.
Shit.
I can't think of a career going this high, this
I've not even
fast,
seen it
and
before.
falling this far, this fast.
That's the insane part.
I can't think of one.
I
either.
can't think of one. He was literally, it was just a year of him and everything.
A New York jury on Monday found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Majors is a rising star who has appeared in Disney's Marvel's franchise Creed 3. Wait, what? Oh, and Creed 3.
Yeah.
It's a non-criminal harassment charge.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means either.
All I know is because I don't follow this trial because I feel like anytime it's domestic, like Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, it's he said
I don't
she
want to
did.
see any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the thing about me with cases like this, where just I don't want any part of this. It's nothing in this for me.
But I guess there is an inherent power imbalance created by the discrepancy between the couple in and of itself. There's one party with a lot to lose and one that has, in comparison, not nearly as much. And so it's always going to feel like, either you're siding with a person who has a lot of control over a relationship, or you're siding with a person who is, you're siding with a person who doesn't, but then you might have other discrepancies with that. And so it's just a very interesting dichotomy that, again, there has to be a barrier, but
I don't know what's going on, but I trust Serenity. Long story short, he was cheating on her with Megan Good, hence why they got back together 2 months after the incident. The night she saw text on his phone from her, grabbed the phone, he grabbed it back and unintentionally caused her finger to be fractured. So that is why he was found guilty, because he didn't cause her physical harm unintentionally.
He did cause her physical. Yeah, intention doesn't matter when you cause someone physical harm in a legal sense. I mean, if that's what actually happened, people accidentally do things all the time that they're found guilty of. So I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but the notion that it was unintentional, it's that doesn't matter. People unknowingly break the law all the time.
Well, but that's the difference between manslaughter and murder, though.
True, it's a different charge, but speeding ticket, right? I didn't know the speed limit was 55. I thought it was 70. Tough shit, it wasn't. You're getting a ticket. So, unfortunately, intention doesn't matter. I don't know much about the case. I'm just going off what Serenity said in there. I do know that I thought it was a bad look when his PR agency dropped him immediately.
Yeah, that's always it's never a good sign.
That's their job is to do damage control, and they were like, nope.
But let's be real here. Domestic violence is the toughest one.
It's very hard.
It is. It happened quick. Where I was like, that's a bad
Everything
look.
happened so fast here.
Kevin Spacey's PR agency dropped him slower than this.
That goes
That's actually right.
I actually think that goes into some other discrepancies with other things because you have Ezra Miller's situation. You have a lot of
Yeah,
situations
it's a lot
True.
of this
Well,
situation.
where it's like in compare.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compare wrongs.
No.
But into your sense, where
Yeah.
someone gets harmed unintentionally,
Yeah.
that typically doesn't go to a criminal assault. That goes into a civil. Hey, get me my money. You know
I
what I
will say
mean?
that-
Yeah, typically. Yeah.
I thought I didn't know the extent of the case. I knew.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't either. Like, I knew I learned it before this, but like, yeah, learning like I was like, okay, this typically like, yeah, it's not a good situation in all, but these cases don't typically get this kind of like TJ said, media coverage.
I just feel like this dude is. Fuck, I hate this sentence. I feel like this dude is being a little overly punished when you compare him to Ezra Miller, to Kevin Spacey, to all these other people that are still have careers after everything that they went through.
That's a fair point of view to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm shocked.
After Chris Brown still has a residency in Vegas
exactly.
today.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, Chris Brown is a great example of like nothing happened.
No, some people,
He beat the shit out of Rihanna, and nothing happened.
Some people's nothing happens.
Yeah.
And, like, nothing happens. It's a crazy world, Hollywood. Like some people get away with things, and some people don't. Like I was reading other things today. Like Josh Brolin got brought up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he had there was no charges. The charges
He had a bunch
dropped.
of drunk driving incidences.
Also, domestic battery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Pause real quick, because Jarvis is like, Ezra Miller doesn't have a career. He doesn't have a successful career. He was still in The Flash. That was a major blockbuster
with
this
him
year.
To The Flash.
Yeah.
And that did not
He
work
still got
out
a
well
Marvel
for them.
check.
Yeah.
Not a
DC
DC check.
check.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it's oh my god, brain. Ooh. I can feel them typing.
Well, that was the thing that I was going to say. I haven't followed this case, but I mean, they reposted a TikTok that you guys made in July.
I saw that.
Yeah, and the comments on Instagram are dragging us for the most part because it's things like, I can't believe that nobody is listening to what Jonathan Major's point of view. And the boys on TikTok are just like, funny, these guys are middle of the road, which was our always kind of thing.
Yeah.
We had no
they literally
information.
don't read the thing up that literally says July. We have both opinions ready to go.
Yeah, that was the whole joke of the video.
Yeah.
Like when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's funny. It's like, we're prepared either way.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow a paper trail that makes us look stupid.
Somebody in the comments was
effort.
like, what video are they talking about? There's just video of him running away. There was a metaphorical video. We had no information. It was June or July, whenever that came out.
Yeah.
I just, when it comes to certain... this one's so tricky with me because I feel like, again, I just cannot behave the point of, look, man, the attention this got also, and granted, rightfully, I get where you're coming from. He was a big star at the time. No matter what comes of the situation, unless he was 100% clean, and even then, I was like, this is one of those ones where I don't think they can shake it off like a Chris Brown, like this one felt weird because you're like, oh man, he's getting dragged through the mud, and then you're bringing non-case things into it, which is like all about his personality and his action and the way that he acts on set and all that kind of stuff, which is fine from a not liking someone perspective,
right? It shouldn't have any bearing.
But it shouldn't have any bearing on it. But those sorts of things do.
Yeah, they do.
The perception is
It's
always
a different court of opinion in the entertainment world. It seems in the world of celebrity, I guess.
Do you think he'll never be back?
No, he'll be back.
Exactly.
No, because I mean, objectively speaking, he's too talented of an actor.
Right.
talented.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I mean, hell, if Mel Gibson is still getting work,
Exactly.
it may not be. It's not going to be Marvel.
I was going to
or
say
anything.
Louis C.K. is still selling out
That's what I'm
clubs
saying.
today.
It's going to be like indie shit more than likely.
Yeah,
but like
certain doors.
I haven't seen Shia LaBeouf. Like, you know.
Somebody said he's doing fine. I don't know anything
I haven't
about
seen him in anything.
He was just in
He was
something.
at the Holes anniversary party.
Yeah, he was
which
just in
It's
some
never a good sign.
I'm just saying that's what the chat said.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Now, time out.
I think Shia LaBeouf's
him
biggest mistake career-wise was spurning Steven Spielberg.
He didn't want to be the next Tom Hanks.
Yeah, well,
'Cause that sounds terrible.
Spielberg was like, okay, you won't be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll never be again.
No.
No. I set you up for life, and you spat in my face. Sorry, what were you saying, TJ?
I just, I wish there was a better way to navigate scenarios like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a byproduct of being public with a lot of layers of information, right?
Yeah.
But I think that people's because and to a lesser degree, you know, you have things that happen on like YouTube. You have like with YouTube creators, you have things that happen with a lot of entertainment people in different tiers. And I feel like social media is sort of the avenue to try and get truth and or gather evidence and or make cases and valid arguments and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Which by proxy disrupts the perception and makes it nigh impossible for any jury or any form of grouping to go into a court argument and or in general any sort of argumentation without being like influenced in some way, shape, or form.
And I'll say this, one thing that's different with this case as opposed to like Kevin Spacey or an Ezra Miller or Mel Gibson is the volume. Like, this is one incident with one individual. Kevin Spacey had like a litany of people.
Bunch,
yeah, same thing with Bill Cosby. Mel Gibson had multiple instances. So I don't know. Like, this is the most I've talked about this issue, to be honest, or about this case, I should say.
I will say that, I mean, at least when compared to Cosby, we're at least mostly living in an era where none of this stuff is like under the rug.
Yeah, and also he's out now, by the way.
I figured yeah, but he's not performing in anything.
No.
He's out already?
Cosby's been out. To be fair,
he's wanted to perform. And people like such a crazy old ass.
The prosecution fucked up his case. Like,
they were too eager.
Yeah, it was literally a mistake.
Yeah, and they're like, oh.
And it got thrown out.
Yeah, you have to follow the law if you want to prosecute somebody.
All you gotta do is, it shouldn't have been too fucking hard to do.
Exactly. You know? This was a layup. You had like 50-some women coming forward and being like, this guy's a fucking creep.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Fuck that up.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Great justice system, asshole. God damn.
I think that
happened with R. Kelly too.
He's still in jail.
I know, but it happened the first time with R. Kelly.
Oh, fuck.
They literally had like a sex tape and the prosecution.
Chappelle had us.
They were joking about it on the Chappelle show. Like it was he married a teenager.
Yeah, and they had a tape, and they were like, and the way it was submitted was unlawful, so they couldn't use it.
That was why okay.
Yep.
I remember that case, but I don't know how it ended.
Yeah.
Let me make this very simple.
Sense.
Anyone who calls himself the Pied Piper of anything,
I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Is supposed to be in jail.
I know it's
not that hard.
It's obvious if you think about it.
Like, I've always had this whole thing where people took so long with R. Kelly, he called himself the Pied Piper.
People just thought, oh, he's famous, so he's cool. We all thought that at some point.
There's a Boondocks episode about this. Yes. There's a whole where if you and it happens. Look. Again,
you know what's funny is the actual Pied Piper story is about a child molester.
He's fucking fluting. Getting no, not the point. Not the point.
It should not be a story.
It is not.
It's a Grimm's fairy tale.
It's very grim.
Yeah.
But the whole thing that so sorry, Rakeen, that episode is actually hilarious. But the whole thing that comes with these sorts of things are being a celebrity. First of all, being a celebrity makes you already in a weird place with the courtroom.
Yeah.
Inherently. Yeah. I imagine a world where this is probably way worse for him if he wasn't a celebrity. Like, being real. In addition to that, I think that it just goes to show, like, so I was a legal assistant for a hot minute. One of the 1,000 jobs of TJ, but that one was because I actually wanted to be a lawyer.
I remember that. That was a long time ago.
And then Tex said, "Here are the dollars," and I said, "Well, do me then.
This should be illegal." Wink.
But with that, right? I just like really and truly, it is something that kind of teaches you. I might sound a lot of neutral a lot of times, but it's something that really teaches you how to break perceptions, and it's really difficult to do. And you know that not everybody has to sit down and do that sort of thing. Fully disclosing, I don't think it's anything that I'll get run over the rails for. The first case I had to work on, and like I'm sorting out evidence for, I had 2 cases. One was a mass murder, and the other one was a child molestation case.
Yeah,
both on the side of criminal defense. And one you're like, well, this is rather interesting on how to navigate these sorts of things. And the other one, you're like, wow, you have so much, you like the amount of evidence that doesn't even make it to the public. The amount of evidence that you're sorting through, organizing, categorizing, like looking into, and I'm having to watch videos and psych records of things. And you're like, well, by all accounts, XYZ person is, from what I'm seeing looks innocent. My perception immediately went to guilty, and I'm on defense.
Yeah.
And you're having this internal dialogue and struggle that is rather difficult to kind of learn how to juggle and navigate. Get to a place where you're like, hey, this is how you should be approaching cases. This is how you should be thinking about things, and really looking at everyone objectively as possible. How many people have the opportunity to get to work under a criminal defense lawyer? Not very many. So my thought process there is, it's like, that's why I don't like, going back to my point, that's why I don't like the social media influence on a lot of cases.
Right.
Why I don't like social media influences, especially when it comes to terrible, like really negative relationship situations as well. All of those things should be handled in a legal, clear format. And that ultimately equips you better to it equips you better to get an end result that you might prefer as well. Not to say like, hey, there's a lot of people who might, if social media is your way out to like give some sort of focus on a negative situation that you might have put yourself through. Yeah. Let that be your platform if that's your way forward, right? But there's a lot of legal routes that will support you and honestly probably get you, a lot of different comeuppance that ultimately kind of get derailed whenever there gets so much media focus.
Well, I'm tired of Marvel movies, so he did it. I'm just kidding.
That's a fair point.
I'm making a joke, but I do think there are people that feel that way.
Oh, no.
I think people are fed up with Marvel, and they're just like, good, fuck it.
I saw like 3 articles with the headline, Marvel has to revamp and quick, ... And that's a good thing.
Well, they've been revamping for a little bit. Kang was already on the back burner before this. They probably knew something was up because they know a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't. But
you guys brought up the Namor actor. What's his name again? I forget.
I don't know.
I forgot.
But yeah, there was something that came up with him, and that went away quick. But
they try to wait it out a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's in their favor, sometimes it's not. But I do think it's funny that Kang being taken away for the most part with this verdict, or at least fired. I guess they could find another actor with the variant thing that Kang does on the same week that the DCU is officially dead. Like after Aquaman 2, it's James Gunn's show. Like that is official as of today.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a lot of comic book nerds. I posted a meme that was it was the first time, the James Franco meme, and it was like the Fox X-Men movies looking at the DCU and MCU.
Oh God, I just leave X-Men alone.
Well, they're not.
They own it, Gertz. They're gonna.
No, but there's a difference between owning the characters and we're getting Deadpool 3. It's a literal continuation. The X-Men universe is not dead yet.
Oh man,
we gotta kill that shit.
I mean,
are we starting new or are we not? They don't even know.
None of these things know. That's why I was like, the meme is especially hilarious. It's like first time, they've killed the X-Men 3 times. Really, off the top of my head.
Right? Didn't the Marvels make the connection?
Yeah, there's a spoiler.
It's open now.
But
it's on paper now.
Kelsey Grammer shows up as a Stinger, as a Beast. But they CGI'd him instead.
Just as fake. They Mark Ruffalo'd him.
Yeah, and he looked really good in X-Men 3, which is 20 years old now? And it was all practical.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he's 20 years older, but those practical effects on him look better than the fucking CG. Yeah, it looked really good.
Worked, yeah.
It's one of the best. That's one of the few really good things about X-Men 3, because that movie's not that good.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I to be honest, with the Kang situation, I don't want... I'll make this easy for y'all. You don't got it. T'Challa was the exception, not the rule. Get a different black man. Tough, all right? Boom, your problem's fixed.
Well, actually, when the story first broke, I texted Coleman and I was like, they need to replace him with Terrence Howard. Make it right.
Amazing.
Make it right. Terrence got the shaft. Not really. He wanted too much money.
And he's a crazy person.
And he's another guy that has been like accused of assault multiple times.
I mean,
hey man,
in our own
I'm he who remains, man.
in our own personal chat, because me and Key were talking about it. Key was like, "Oh, I guess they got to replace another actor, do this." But it was right before the verdict came out, so we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, they can just ignore it. Kang's lost 3 times. Like
He lost to Ant-Man.
Yeah, he got it. Like, you can just let it go.
Yeah, like you can
No
just
one's
ignore
liking
it.
This storyline.
No.
Just let
Like
it go.
at this point, they've already ignored the Eternals and the Celestial
They've
sticking out of the
ignored
earth.
The Eternals. They've ignored Secret Invasion.
Like-
None of that shit got brought up in the Marvels.
There's a thing that goes on in your brain, right? Like I get the thing with Kang is that there's like a limitless amount of Kangs. So you kill one Kang, doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
He's like a cockroach of a
never-ending.
villain. But there's a thing that happens in our brains when we see this guy played by this actor lose to Ant-Man by himself. We cannot take him seriously. Even if you introduce
Ant-Man
a
and his daughter.
even if you introduce a more powerful version of him, we're still going to recognize him as the guy who lost to Ant-Man and his daughter.
And got outsmarted by the Wasp mom.
Yeah, and
So, like, he got beat by family.
yeah, and not Vin Diesel.
Not actual two geriatrics, a teenager, and an ex-con. That's
Yeah.
who he got beat by. He's a genius.
I think that's why I never took him seriously.
It was really stupid to introduce him in that movie. If
well.
that's what
Well, they
you were
introduced him
gonna
in
do.
Loki first,
Well,
and
and
he
that
gets
wasn't
killed
even-
in that.
Yeah, that was a variant. And
Yeah.
I really disliked that last episode. I'm one of the only people that does.
Of
I'm
season
sorry.
2 or season
Season
1?
one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, yeah.
I
I'm
dropped
sorry
the show.
I wa-
I dropped the show after
I'm
that.
sorry, I
exactly
watched an
opposite.
episode.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, I watched an episode and 20 minutes of it was a fucking speech.
Yeah, and
Don't care.
it was an ad.
Yeah.
It was an ad for the next
was.
thing, as opposed to
It
like
really made me angry.
telling its own story. It was like, oh, Kang's coming to the movies. I'm like, I don't care about that right now.
No,
I'm
no.
watching Loki right now.
Yeah,
I'm watching
yeah.
a show.
And plus, yeah, Secret Invasion as well was a show.
I didn't even watch it.
It's terrible. It's bad on a level that's just like, it has to be seen almost to be believed.
Well, we spent the whole pre-show talking about Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
And I got a little bad news or a little good news. We have 2 more cases of assault to talk about in the next
Was this
opening.
already on the docket? Or
This was already on the
Oh, well,
docket
I mean,
before.
hey, because guess what? The only people who are more immune to abuse charges than actors are athletes.
That's true. yeah.
and they're actually confirmed
They're the OG,
every
yeah.
time.
They're gonna recast Kang with Draymond Green.
We'll be right back, folks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marcos. I will be your host today. Welcome to the Commitment to Mexcellence, but I am not alone. To my right, we have...
It's TJ. I almost didn't show up, but Monday's game made me show up. brought peace back to the land.
Oh, it's okay.
Peace back
It's
to
okay.
the realm.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was like, I'm sad. Then Monday night happened, and I said, I'm back, baby.
rejuvenated.
Yeah, I
a
said,
little
I feel
bit.
refreshed. What? Dang, it's been 3. You know what? You know what's crazy? Before we toss it over to y'all, it's been 3 weeks since Jordan's been creeping around in the chat. Where you at, buddies? Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You were very quick
I'm gonna
when
say
those
it.
winds were coming.
I must say it. Smells a little bit like bitchin' here. Where you at, Jordan? Come on, man. I'm here and I'm a Steelers fan. Where the hell are you?
Yeah.
Ran away.
You don't need to be here.
Yeah, his team literally lost to my team, and
They're not your team!
That came from the soul. You're hurting him. Stop hurting him.
How about that AFC South?
yeah.
God damn.
And my other AFC South brother, who beat his nemesis.
Oh, beat the fuck out of him.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did you see that defensive performance? How many yards did Derrick Henry have?
I went into overtime,
6.
Tommy.
He had 6. Overtime with a team with every star injured. Every every star is injured. They played our third string. We pulled people up from the practice squad, and those bitches still lost because they fucking suck. You hoes. I'm Tommy.
And in the maroon, blended in with the red background.
Yeah, I'm Gertz. Hi, everybody. The hell do you want?
He's a Steelers fan.
I'm not happy right now.
I can't wait for the Bengals game.
Well,
we're gonna
Battle of the backups.
we're gonna beat the Bengals.
well,
We own that team.
Hey, Crypto Anarchy. Merry Christmas to you.
well. On the note, started with violence. Let's continue that train of thought.
Fields has picked up his third foul. And now Green runs over.
I'm gonna rewind that so you can see.
Yeah, everyone, pay attention to pay attention courtside. Or better yet, yeah.
Fields has picked up his third foul. And now
No,
Green
it's going to zoom in. Don't.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
for the foul.
Dude, it was a fucking Mortal Kombat spinning elbow.
Yeah.
Yep. Fatality.
That's the most deliberate accident I've ever seen, Tommy.
We're
Look, Draymond is always on alert. That's all it is, you know? If he gets touched, he's going to swing.
He is.
It's basketball. You get touched.
Yeah.
Golden State hired him, you know?
I will.
Well, they're culpable in this. They've enabled this jackass.
That's okay. So I want to.
Why does everyone hate Draymond? I like Draymond.
Why?
He's fun to watch.
Dude, I saw
He does shit like that.
That's not okay.
I can't find it.
What?
But there's like a 2-minute compilation of him just swinging
2
and
minutes?
stepping on people.
yeah, and
Whole
kicking people
career?
in the nuts.
It's like a whole career span?
Yes.
2 minutes ain't bad.
You know what,
2 minutes ain't bad.
You know how long it takes to kick
some.
someone in the nuts? Maybe 3 seconds. So that's 40 kicks in the nuts, Tommy.
They're not all kicks in the nuts, though. It's some just blatant swings.
Now,
my
to be
The man, no, he's old school.
No, he's not.
He's old school.
No, he's
If
not.
If it was the 90s, he would not be getting
No,
any of this heat.
You know what the difference is between Draymond Green and like a Bill Laimbeer? Bill Laimbeer would go after the team's best player. He would like swing on Larry Bird and Charles Barkley.
Well, the man's not trying to get he did get suspended.
Yeah, I can't
took a
tell.
while.
I can't tell. He's not trying to get suspended. He went after a player whose name you can't pronounce.
I can't. I have a really hard time with the Eastern European
He
name.
went after Sabonis and Gobert, who no one in the NBA,
That's understandable.
no one in the NBA
French,
respects.
man. Yeah, like go after Gobert. No one cared.
Like
He tried to put Gobert to sleep. He even hooked him. He hooked him with the chokehold. That shit was crazy.
He had WWE and AEW wrestlers being like, I don't see what the issue is.
Yeah, he never goes after other tough guys on the
fundamental to
team.
me. Yeah, well, I mean,
He never
goes after
does.
who
But let's
he can get away with going at.
It doesn't work. He
Well,
literally.
not when you do it 18 times in one season.
let's
And the
cut.
season just started.
Let's cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's cut the.
I like Draymond. I legit like Draymond.
No. Fuck that bullshit. You
Yeah.
cannot go to work
You don't
Yeah.
like
and haymaker somebody.
Yes.
And I
UFC
get-
fighters do it every day.
And that's a different job.
And Draymond's career is way longer than theirs.
Anderson Silva was fighting until he was like 43.
How many
We're
years?
still going with Draymond. He'll be back.
He'll be suspended again this year. Mark my words.
Look, there's a fundamental principle that I like to and I think it's something that like athletes get charged up. Totally fine, we expect it. Hey, there's a reason why hockey allows this nonsense, and they just have goons, people who are there just to fight. But ultimately, I actually am not a big fan of perpetuating that sort of violence in any way, shape, and form in a
He
game.
doesn't do it. He does it once a game. Hockey players do it.
They're wearing pads.
I'm also like, this is me being 100% real. Like, it's a bad look. Because then you're like, hey, a lot of people look at Draymond, we glorify, they're like, oh, hey, haha, that's funny, haha, that's cool. And then now you have people who grew up thinking that's cool because these are actual basketball players who have that sort of influence.
Yeah.
And that's my discrepancy where I'm like, you can't just be throwing haymakers out there on court. And granted, it's haymakers to millions, but then that's why you rind out with scenarios where people are like, hey, you know what? He's gone off. Like, I'm with it. I'm totally fine. Like, I'll probably laugh it off for once, maybe twice, right? I'll be like, oh, that's a situation that happened. They got revved up, and it's a rough and tough player. and this is not even in that realm of first time, and a team can completely facilitated it to the point to where if the league has to come in and say it's an indefinite suspension, it's an indefinite suspension, and they should have cut they
have it. So
the Warriors are to blame here too.
The Warriors are to blame,
especially Steve Kerr.
Well, because people are thinking of talent above all of these scenarios, and again, I understand when it's in situations where it's included in the rule set. If you say, "Hey, it is okay to throw haymaker at somebody.
It's okay to karate chop someone in the throat.
It's okay to do XYZ. It's okay to do XYZ." That's a totally different perspective than, it's cool to just swing on motherfuckers because this goes beyond a lot of other bullshit. Pickup basketball goes across the fucking land. That's everywhere. That's in the lows of lows and the highs of highs.
It's a pickup basketball.
And that's not smart there either.
Oh, no, fights are going to happen.
This shit's encouraging that bullshit.
Well, my thing is, this is my defense of it. It's one dude who they haven't cut, who they should have cut a long time ago. But they haven't. It's not catching on. You're not seeing more of this like with other players. It's this crazy motherfucker.
No, I'm not.
To me, that's why it's entertaining. If it was more players doing this shit, I'd be like you. It's like, yeah, no, this is fucking terrible. This is a bad look. Draymond should not be playing anymore. But he's there, and if he's going to be there, well, there you go. And because he's going to do this shit, I might watch.
Tommy, the ramifications. To me, the ramifications haven't hit.
I switched cameras, and I didn't expect to get punched after that. And because he's there, I might watch.
I think the ramifications are not necessarily it's not necessarily in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
But this is you will see more of these raunchy, difficult people who are like, I want to go into the league and be like a Draymond Green, 100%.
I think Ja's more of a problem than Draymond.
Oh, and that's a different issue.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty comparable.
Both?
Yeah, I think they're pretty.
Again, both in the league still.
Well, I mean, Ja was suspended for 25 games?
Sort of in the league.
Yeah. I think the problem stems from, in large part, Adam Silver.
Yeah.
He's a wuss. He lets players walk
do whatever they want.
all over him.
Well, the NBA is different. I don't actually know too much about Draymond Green or anything, but I just know it's a different monster from the NFL, where the NFL, Goodell breaks players.
Down,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't take a knee in the NFL kind of thing.
You want the NBA.
The NBA.
And the NBA is like, no, you're going to trade me. Like,
that's why it's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's what the one part of the NBA that I dislike is I don't know where a player's going.
Yeah.
This player's going to be here. I can buy a jersey of this player. I can't, because if they get angry with the coach, they'll demand a trade.
Well, that's why Gertz
also,
has
coaches
me.
in basketball, it's the whole thing. I'm like, what are you?
Pointless.
Half the time, I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Gertz convinced me not to be a fan of an NBA team, because you're a fan of players, and they can be gone next year.
Yeah. That's why I don't watch it that much anymore. It's just like playoff time is it for me, because I can't even root for teams I like anymore, because I don't know anybody. I know Wemby. How long will he be there?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is the only counterpart I can think of is the Spurs are still a machine. Like, they're on a good machine. No, they barely broke it. They barely broke an 18-game losing streak, but they're the exact same that they were 15 years ago. Yeah. Just not as good.
Rakeen, I'm glad you mentioned David Sterling, because he was the commissioner before Silver. When he was the commissioner, it was closer to the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
He did not tolerate shit like this. So, Adam Silver, he got in people's good graces really fast when he banned the Clippers owner. What's his name? What was it?
The racist guy that was dating
Donald Sterling, wasn't it? No, wait.
No.
Something
Sterling.
You guys are NBA guys, man.
I don't even know if David Stern. Excuse me.
Stern,
Sterling.
Sterling is
me sitting
Sterling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
A square.
It's Donald.
I'm playing with Legos over here.
When he banned him from life, everyone was like, "Oh, this is great," and that's cool. the one good thing that I can think of off the top of my head that he's done.
He let them be more socially conscious and stuff like that. That's cool.
That's cool, yeah.
But other than that, he is a wuss.
Yeah,
he kind of fucked up the NBA. Other than those two good things that we just mentioned.
Do you think load management would be a thing if David Stern? Yeah, David Stern's like, no, we pay you to play basketball.
He cares about his players too much, and they don't deserve to be cared about that much.
I think there's a to be honest, I think
that sounded bad, but you get what I'm saying.
There's a happy medium between, because the NFL is a little much sometimes. I'm like, let some of these men breathe.
Right.
Like I think
it's
a fine.
I actually think it's
well then.
I think it's really sad in the NFL compared to the NBA that they can't celebrate. For the most part, they have undone some
that's
of the rules.
bullshit. I agree with you. Yeah.
And then I don't see what's wrong with them wearing their cool game cleats. It's like, I don't know. I usually see it with Jamal Adams in New Orleans.
Forms of expression.
Yeah. Like it's just like, they made me One Piece anime cleats. But the whole thing is like on his Instagram, I just wore it to practice. I can't wear it to the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's you can't have a personality and you're wearing a helmet. Like, that's the toughest part about being an NFL player.
And the NBA, you literally get shoe deals based on like your personality and expression.
People see you. Like, they know what you look like.
Well, that's another issue, though, because some of these players get bigger checks from shoes than they do from playing games.
True.
And that's a problem, too, because, I don't have to play. My shoes are flying off the
Well,
shelves.
I remember when the Dak negotiation was going on, like one of the arguments that Skip Bayless made, so why Dak should take less money. It's like, you're the Cowboys quarterback.
Yeah.
You're going to get all these other endorsements. So it does leak into the NFL, too.
A little bit, yeah.
But not nearly to the, how to put, I wouldn't say not to the same extent, but
No way.
At the lot of the point, like even when I'm like, oh, you're playing with, like there are plenty of times where a player gets a contract and they just become worse. Yeah. But I never look at them and say you are being lazy and coddled.
Right.
Sometimes I'm just like, man, your mentality is a little bit different. Therefore, you're just not playing as hard.
There is not an NFL equivalent to Zion Williamson.
An NFL equivalent?
No.
Baker Mayfield. I'm playing.
Who's your offensive tackle? Who's a star offensive tackle?
For
any team.
I don't mean BMI. I mean mentality.
Oh, okay.
Like Zion Williamson. Point being,
He'll make a hell of a tackle.
To TJ's point, you players don't get coddled in the NFL the way they do in the NBA.
An offensive tackle's job is to be thick and block for the quarterback, and those motherfuckers are quick. So it's not as though they are.
No, it ain't easy.
Like I will take. Mark my word, I'll take any.
But he doesn't have
offensive
to run up and down the court.
over Zion on the court.
Actually, I could sneak in this subject in at this bit. I just wanted to post this picture because it's hilarious. It's from the Texas High School Championship.
Okay. Is it Zion?
Nope.
No. Oh my God.
So
hold on.
Fuck you said, what is that? Not who?
Ready?
Holy fucking shit.
Are you ready? Are you ready for
his stats?
Yeah, are you ready for a series of amazing things?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. Number 11 is as tall as Sam.
What?
You kidding me?
No, I am not.
What? How big is this kid?
Well, let me
let
me add 2 more facts.
Okay.
Number 2, he's a junior in high school. He's not a senior yet.
He's not finished growing.
He's still technically grown.
He eats freshmen.
Yeah, literally.
How big is he? He is 6'8".
Good Lord.
That's not fair.
That's almost.
DeSoto is one of the best colleges and best high schools in Texas. Yeah.
High school. I do love me some high school football because
What's
you
up?
find motherfuckers like that.
So Alabama?
No, that's Dallas.
No, I mean where he's going to college.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Probably. Actually, Alabama's falling off a little bit. He still has 1 more year.
Oh, that's right. I'd start recruiting this kid now. Is that can you do that?
Yeah, you can look at them.
There you go. It needs to be a team out there, Jess.
First of all, that's like if I had a kid like that, I might be like an Adam Silver, be like, you do whatever you want. Motherfucker, you're 7 foot.
I don't want to take out the trash. All right then.
Shit, I was like, what trash?
I would just have to read on I would have to read up on mental warfare or something, cause I can't if you're that kid's parent, exactly, you'd have to psych him out or something.
You're afraid of him.
Yes, exactly. Because you're like a little yappy dog. You're just trying to see if you can intimidate him in any way you can.
My mom was like, after she got to a certain point, she was like, I can't whip you anymore. You're like a football player.
Yeah, right.
You feel like you feel nothing.
Yeah.
She started locking me outside. She'd be like, go outside. Come back when I'm tired. I'm like, well, shit, that's a long time. I was like, and they get into it. Sometimes it'd be like out here, I'd be like, it's kind of cold, Mom. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Makes you stop arguing.
My parents, and they're still good at this, they were exceptional at making me feel incredibly stupid.
That's like me with my pit bull. You can't physically hurt him.
No.
At a certain point, you just have to like
Yeah.
Gotta find
mentally
ways
hurt
around
him.
it. Yeah.
Because my mom is pretty small. My dad's like 5'10", 5'9". So like I was bigger than both of them by the time I was in high school. And yeah, they were just really good. Still are really good at just making you feel dumb as shit.
Guess what, girl? You ain't shit. Yeah. It's like, well, jeez. Merry Christmas to you too.
It's just like walk in and be like, everything you have is because of me, idiot, and walk in.
Yeah.
They never said that. No,
Just drive by.
no, that was
No good night, son. It's shit like that.
anytime I screwed up, like at a certain point, they would go out of their way to make me feel like an idiot, justifiably so. It was always like I fucked up. I was a stupid kid. But yeah, they were really good at that. You would have to do that with that kid. What's that kid's name?
Yeah.
Brian Washington.
Jesus.
Or Byron, I think. Byron Washington.
Bro, that's like
Fuck, man. That kid's
I feel okay.
ahead of him.
I thought it was going to be Percy Femur.
To be honest, after a certain point, you know, and I'm all about, you know, give your kids the opportunity to do whatever they want to. But kid hits 6'6", you're gonna.
You're gonna be throwing
Yeah, I was like,
footballs, basketballs.
I'm like, son, let's have a sit down conversation.
Yeah.
You can't do
Or
anything
you
else.
sit down, I'll stand up.
Look me eye to eye. You know?
Get to my level.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're not done talking about violence just yet.
Jesus.
One more story.
Okay.
So we covered a little bit of UFC. You said, hey, if anything of interest happens,
Oh, shit.
let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need more shirtless dudes in cars. Pause.
Because you told us about that, it did pop up on one of my feeds. The
What happened this weekend?
conclusion, I suppose. Of
No,
this.
it's not even the conclusion.
Really?
No.
It was more?
More?
So let's
hell
start with the subject of our I'm not going to recap everything, but the subject, watch last week's episode and then watch this week's episode. The subject of last week's UFC story, Ian Gary, just said he was sick. Did not actually go to the press conference or fight this weekend. He was just like, I'm out.
Yeah. I saw the tweets. That fight. Shit was brutal. Oh, my God.
Man, you
He can't go into a locker room anymore, can he?
Probably not.
Jesus.
Between last week and this week, you made Tommy a full-on UFC fan. He's got a UFC tattoo on his back now. He's like, I'm all about this tea.
Replica belt at home.
Well, now we move on to the other side of the coin, Sean Strickland, who had his fuzzy button touched. So his fight was announced on Friday.
Yeah.
He's going to fight a dude from South Africa named Duplessis.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland has actually been pretty vocal about like, hey, like I've been the subject of a lot of abuse. Like I witnessed my dad used to strangle my mom and stuff like that. Yeah, like he's been a big advocate about like go to therapy, get help, do things like that kind of thing. Well, Duplessis at the press conference said, I'm going to beat you worse than your dad ever did.
Did it work? That's terrible. I hope it worked because, I mean, that's a good way to get your ass kicked.
This is my favorite part. Hey, move out of the way, kids.
Yeah.
Oh, this wasn't even in the ring. He just did this.
Yep.
Oh, shit. No!
Oh.
A,
Quick question.
I laughed out of awkwardness, not because it's funny. B, that is funny.
Yeah, I gotta say.
That one's funny.
So the dude behind him said the shit about his dad.
Yeah.
So was this like in between fights?
Did he,
Was it-
Yeah,
sign,
this
did
was
he sign
at the-
language that shit? Because he was like making hand motions, and I was like, well, actually, he's
How
being
can you
very
hear him? Yeah.
he's being very inclusive.
I'm just guessing that he was hearing shit all night. Like
Yeah.
they were sitting behind each other. Dana White actually took the blame for it afterwards. He's like, I'm in charge of seating arrangements, and I sat those two guys next to each other after what happened last night.
Yeah.
And then he walked away going, that was a great idea. Yeah, good job,
Got my
me.
next main event.
Yeah.
That is the next main event too.
Oh, the shocker.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Dana knows what he's doing.
I just like
That was amazing.
hey, kids, you should move out of the way, please.
Stay in school, don't do drugs.
It's like, hey, be safe.
It's like, hey, excuse me, ma'am, you're in the runway. I'm about to land this plane on this guy's face.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, Tofriku. Hey.
Oh, hey, good to see you too, Tom Freak.
Well, real quick,
I'm just, you've activated a new side of my brain I didn't know I needed. I just like that UFC is filled with lugs who like to just not like each other.
That's true.
And it's kind of interesting.
I like that aspect of it.
Genuinely not like.
Yeah.
And, and now I know that you can be emotionally intelligent and still be kind of like a log. So it's very interesting. I've hit this newfound respect that I just didn't know I have.
You gotta speak the language,
Well, on the note of controversial statements, we have our next one, which I thought was hilarious and started a whole bunch of debate online.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing you know what it is. But it stars a former Pittsburgh Steeler.
Oh, yeah.
So we have...
It's one of yours. Get your team.
Your house in order.
and it's actually kind of directed at us for the most part.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah, he was mad at podcasters and people like us.
Oh.
Not you, actually. You're on the good side.
That's
true.
Really?
Me and you are.
Okay.
Simply tired of being beaten by people who berated by people who aren't experts. We just pretend like I'm the only athlete. Tired of fans talking trash. You upset over a single tweet. How about what about us? Like me or not? I'm great at football. This proves my point. You can't speak on the ball or nothing. That wasn't the only tweet he made. Let me see if I can find my phone real quick. Because I have no idea what started. I have no idea where the conversation is or where it went. I just know that it led to this really funny tweet that everybody has been talking about. I'm sick of average white guys commentating on football. He wrote, "You all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all black versus an all white bowl so these cats can stop trying to reach me and who's good in football? I'm better than your GOAT."
First of all, hey, Radio Raheem. Hey, guys, super new. Love your content. Went on a binge over the weekend. Keep up the good work, y'all.
Oh,
really appreciate
thank you.
the love.
Thanks.
And if anybody, if you're lurking around, checking out our stuff, please, we love to hear it from you.
We do.
Drop it in the chat. Second of all, who the fuck is this guy? I was like,
Rashid Mendenhall. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So did Jimmy Garoppolo.
Actually, the same way. He was a backup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
now, okay, this goes into kind of, and I don't think we're talking about it, but it goes into another retort to media coverage, which is actually from Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Who went on and was like, he made the comment of game manager versus game changer. And
Yes.
then he, rebutted it by saying, hey, talk on, and he had some valid points in there. He's like, talk about my statement, not about me. And like,
Right.
which is a totally fair point, even though, to be fair, you are a player as well. Therefore,
Yeah.
you're going to attract that sort of attention.
You also keep referring to yourself in the third person, Cam. So like where you're like you make a point of putting yourself out there and being you, so people are going to react to that part of what you say.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think that, as much as I hate to say it, look, when we put ourselves online for a podcast, right? When we put ourselves out there for any form of content, you are putting yourself out there to the expose of many. Therefore, you are going to draw in the commentary on many, whether it's about you, whether it's about your people, whether it's about things that have nothing to do with the subject you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shoot, we could be having a casual conversation about fucking anything, and they'll be like, who the fuck are these guys, right? We get it all the time when you go into chat, and you just kind of live and swallow with it.
Yeah.
The problem is, when you get to people like, and it's kind of football players in particular, and there's some that's right, there's some that's wrong. This is not me being biased. This is me being like, more particular. I think the way Micah presents the argument sometimes is pretty true. Like he does a pretty good job of being like, hey, you could like a lot of former players, trash on us
Right.
fluidly, and I'm like, hey, that's a fair argument and point. Hey, Cam Newton's point. I think what I took away from his secondary point, where he was like, hey, I'm a player. I'd love to be able to talk about this, and I feel like sometimes players get gatekeep from being able to discuss topics in conversation. Totally valid point. Where it's like, there's always been this weird line between analysts and actual players. Shannon Sharp is like the best example of like the best of both worlds, at least in my opinion. All of that said, homie, dude, okay, first of all, yes, you can totally be great at something. That doesn't mean that your opinion is necessarily great at something as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's some people who are better at analyzing. There's some people who literally don't have the ability to play the game, i.e. any woman who's interested in football. They don't have the ability to play at a professional level.
Yeah.
Not from oh my gosh, I have to make sure I clarify because I want to get got. Not from a physical or anything perspective. It's from systems that are put in place because there's no women's football team. There's no women's football league. There's nothing to enable that sort of route. So, hey, if they love football and want to have commentary and want to lead into analysis on it, it should be a totally fair point.
Yeah.
But it's just an interesting thing that you went from that to an all-white and all-black league, and I don't even know how we got here, kid.
I was going to say it was an evolution.
Well, he specifically said average-looking white guys, so he kind of got to that point pretty quick. So, I mean,
It's just people tweet flaming him. I really think that's all it was, but I do also want to entertain the idea of, like, how would you win with an all-white football team?
you wouldn't. You'd have to scheme the fuck out. Like, that's your only hope. Like, have you ever seen a white corner?
I was like, I think all positions can be okay, but then you get the corner, and I don't know what you're gonna do.
Like white quarterback, sure, we got those.
There's one white
tight end, running back, sure.
Lineman,
Wide receiver, they're hard to come by, but they're there. Corner, oh shit.
Really? Then you get the defense, and you're like, I don't know about this one, Chief.
But there's a lot of white linebackers, so that is possible to build.
That's true.
Defensive ends,
defensive ends, they'd be really great because they got
DBs
Max
not
Crosby.
so much.
DBs, not so much.
Not a lot of white safeties, even.
No. Not a lot either. I did hear a funny thought that was, what do you do with people that are mixed half?
Flip coin.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, coin flips.
Special teams.
Okay, coin flips are already a part of the game, right? Oh, man. Yeah, when I read that, I was just kind of like, it was funny because I was like, I don't even know who you are. And Marcus was like, he's a former Steeler. And I'm like, oh, sorry, don't know who he is. So I don't know who was sliding into his DMs. This guy who, as a Steeler fan, I'm not even familiar with him. I think he played before I really followed football closely.
Yeah, it was like 2006.
Yeah, I wasn't following football closely.
Another problem for the white team is white nose guards. Super hard to find.
So I said, we get to the defensive side of the ball.
I'm just gonna cut the bullshit. White athletes in general can be hard to find.
Hey, hockey. Come on, don't you take that away from me.
Well, actually, Robin Hibachi brings up something that a lot of people have been saying to bolster their numbers.
Yeah.
If they can get Polynesians on their side.
Oh.
Are we drafting?
I mean, that's just
I think it's melanin and lack thereof. That's how it has to be. All right. That's just like if we gonna do this, it's just all melanin and all diet flavor. Like that. Like that's all. I mean, that's what we know how to do. I ain't gonna let my Polynesian brother slide like that. You asking me to do that, and I want Young Way. I want it all.
I was actually about to say that is the only deficit the other way. No black kickers in the NFL, as far as I know.
No. Not active.
No.
Nope.
The only one I can think of is the Texans' third string running back.
Dar Gumbawala. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to a field goal, I like our chances. Other than that,
y'all get Justin Tucker. Y'all really only need 40 yards. It's like really only need y'all can start on 100. Really only need 40 yards. That's just a Tucker's range.
I was about to say an all-white offense would not be bad. Most linemen can go 50-50. Mm-hmm. Tight ends. Even TJ will admit.
Yeah, it's been a running gag on our show.
That's
what you mean gag? You know,
this ain't a joke.
This ain't no kind of joke.
TJ, where'd you get a white suit from?
Is that a cane?
Get on up on that suit box, boy.
Let me see them biceps.
Laporte, Kelsey, Kettle, like they have their pick for sure. Receivers, that will even be fine with like Cooper Kupp.
Well, it depends.
Well, hold
Are
on.
they slot receivers?
It depends on the offense.
Rakeen is wrong. It would be a score divisible by 3 because of our field goal unit. It would either be 6 or 9. Come on, man.
Look,
They actually even were arguments on Twitter were like, well, then the coaching staff has to be along the same lines too. So obviously the black team gets Tomlin, and the white team has their pick of whoever they want.
Belichick. Give him Belichick. I feel that's appropriate. It has to be a Patriots coach, right?
No, I want it to be Andy Reid.
Why Andy Reid?
oh, that means we get Patty.
Because we've already established that like the white team would fare better offensively than they would defensively. So I want a coach who feeds into that. I want to feed the strength. I don't think any amount of coaching could make up our lack of corners and safeties. I don't think it could. No.
Offense is your best bet. Okay.
Yeah, offense is our only chance.
Like, so do they get like Patrick Mahomes for half the game?
No.
It's for half the game.
No, I'm with TJ on this.
No, so no Dak or no Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
for half
Mahomes
the
has
game.
had to put up with a lot of racist shit.
Like, if they caught a stray comment, they get on the melanin team.
Yeah.
It's not all black and all white. I said it.
Okay.
Fair is
It's
fair.
all flavor.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I know, I get it, but Patrick
Trying to
Mahomes,
make it as fair as possible because it's not fair. It's not fair. What do we-
Because I want you to tell me the white DB, find one who then is going to, in turn, be prepared enough to block Tyreek.
There
I
isn't
want
one.
you to tell me.
I want it to be noted, I was the first one to say we would lose. I'm the first one to say that.
Derrick Henry's definitely on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Derrick Henry.
Dude,
Tyreek Hill. Yeah,
the white team would be playing like NFL blitz style, 4 down, 4 up. Like they'd already be in a prevent offense. That's the only way you can
right
stop
out the gate.
Yeah.
too bad our quarterback is of course Lamar.
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck else?
Yeah, I mean, if we're
Playing that dark skinned brand of football.
our only chance is play prevent the whole game, so you could just run for 20 yards every snap.
That's all.
Yeah, like, you don't even have to
You
throw.
have to outrun
Oh.
both Bosa's and Max Crosby.
The defense would be your defense would be okay.
They would get
And
gassed.
you have
They'll get
you
gassed
Josh
up.
Allen. There you go.
I don't want Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
No,
He'll do whatever you tell him.
I mean,
except you pull him aside, be like, "Hey, don't throw a pick." He's
hey
like,
man, I will
Things
say
malfunction when you tell
Josh
him that.
Allen did okay against Micah. That would be the matchup.
No,
Yeah.
that was running. That was not Josh Allen, for the love of God. That was just running back who tore us up. Who wholeheartedly
"Looks
admits.
better than Dak, didn't he?"
No, shut up.
Yeah, he literally. Come on, TJ.
Yeah, but then it would be Josh
Dak
Allen.
had 2 seconds, literal 2 seconds.
But it would be-
and then they also hit him in a fucking slide twice, because those Buffalo Bills were on some coke shit.
I was gonna say
man.
like it would be Josh Allen with Christian McCaffrey though. Like
It
that's
would be.
pretty.
It would be.
Rocky Boy would be the backup.
You'd have some effective pieces. You got Cooper Kupp over there. Like, you have something.
I would.
It's just, it'd be too many gaps in positions.
I would take.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would take Brock over Josh. Honestly, Brock takes care of the ball better than Josh does.
Yeah, Brock should definitely be you guys.
Yeah.
Well, he's really good at handing it to McCaffrey already.
and
So
throwing it to Kittle and throwing it to McCaffrey. No, but you guys would have Debo and Brandon Ayuk. So
Get Hunter Renfro on that. Get Hunter in there in the slot.
Yeah, see, that's another one.
Or Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, your offense would be all right.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
What about
I don't think Tua gets to play. That's just what it comes down to.
Got to sit this one out.
Marcos? That's
Unless we
racist.
stick with the melanin thing.
yes.
Okay.
Full melanin.
2 of you on the squad. We already got quarterbacks. I don't know why we wouldn't.
I would say the only fair way to make it is it's basically almost like how do I put it? You know, the the power up boxes from Super Mario Kart. That's how you pick. That's how you pick the player every drives. It's like it's literally just a fucking rotation, a roulette. Well, you don't know what quarterback's gonna be back there, but it just got to be a white.
Well, what? I guess. Well, you would have no tight ends for no tight end set.
We got Pitt. Kyle Pitts is all I think we got.
David Njoku.
Yeah, we got Njoku.
You know what? You could put DK Metcalf at tight end.
Well, I don't want him.
He could play lineman as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, he can play whatever the fuck he wants.
He's one of those football players that could play any position he wanted.
I was about to ask.
Let's be real here. If DK came up and said, "I want to try out this quarterback," you'd be like, "Well, I mean,
give it a shot."
You're an athlete.
I'd like to learn.
I was about to say, what 3 wide receivers would you pick?
It's tough.
Okay, see, this is why I said.
There are a lot of really good ones.
It has to be a rotation.
I mean, let's.
But I take Tyreek 100%.
Yeah, Tyreek, Justin Jefferson. It's all of them. Most all of them. Debo,
Bro.
I'm taking Debo.
Dude, if you have that, so let's say you have a 53 roster, right? You can
gotta
run
look.
Gas
Here's the
every
thing.
single time. You can run post.
Can I address an
every
elephant?
single time?
Can I address an elephant in the room that this conversation is completely mute? You have no depth.
No.
Who's your backup running back?
Oh.
Who's your backup wide receiver?
I don't know.
Backup running back.
Actually, dude,
There you
after
go.
McCaffrey, my brain went blank.
And he gets hurt all the time.
Who's the guy who played for us last season? The old Patriots old ass running back.
Oh.
Burkhead. Rex Burkhead.
Kyle Kuzjak?
Kyle Juicy.
I thought he was a fullback. He's a fullback.
He can do both.
He's also on the 49ers.
He is good, but
Rex Burkhead.
There you go, Rex Burkhead.
there he is.
No, fuck that. If Rex Burkhead's number 3, you fucked off.
Oh, Austin Eckler.
We're in deep shit. If we're relying on Austin Eckler, that's a problem.
Search up Austin Eckler for me.
And Andy Jonovich.
Burke White.
That looks like a fullback. These are all fullbacks.
Patrick Richard. Yeah.
These are all fullbacks.
Yeah, fullbacks are like tight ends.
These are all players
That's
I've never
exactly-
heard of.
You've never heard of Derek Watt?
The forgotten Watt.
Oh my god. Oh
You didn't have the
jeez.
Derek Watt jersey?
He's a few watts short of a bulb.
That's good.
Man, they're giving y'all some melanin that I
That's
just
rough.
don't think is earned. No. No.
Who they
I
give-
want
who
all
else?
of the flavor.
They try to give him Mike Evans too?
Oh, but no, y'all would not get my guess.
Yeah, sorry.
This is Austin Eckler.
Hell no. Y'all don't get Austin Eckler.
I didn't think he was white.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't either. I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
That's
Hey, look,
news
I don't
to
even like.
me.
Look at his nose. No, you ain't getting Austin Eckler.
Is he white? Is this like a reverse Jason Kidd?
I'm pretty sure it's just like some
Because I thought Jason Kidd was white for years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's not.
No. He's light skinned. He's
Well,
black.
I thought Steph Curry was biracial for the longest, and he is not.
He's not.
No, he's not.
Oh, dog, y'all are.
Just 2 very light-skinned parents.
It actually doesn't tell me anything in this ranker.
Just search
article.
him. Just search him.
What, and see what his parents are?
Yeah, just search Austin Eckler parents. Very simple.
I feel like we're just deep diving in this man's life.
Oh, it's half.
Okay, so he's off.
Yeah.
He's off the table too.
So we got him.
Yeah. So
the rules.
it's like, we established that with Patrick Mahomes. If you've had to endure racism, then
Which if
Like
you're
I
black,
want, like
you probably
every,
have.
every
Yeah,
player,
exactly. If
every
you're half
player
black,
basically
you
has
have.
to-
Yeah.
Every player basically just has to go to Twitter,
yeah.
do a quick Google search, a quick Twitter search
Yeah.
of certain terms, and if any of them pop up, you're on our team. That said, going back to the core point, okay, players. I'm totally with you if you want to start to get into commenting, going into, but also understand that if you put yourself out there, that is just what you're exposing yourself to.
It's part of the job, frankly, especially now. Like with social media being what it is and everyone having a voice. Like, hey, man, you work in entertainment. If you're a professional athlete, and people respond to entertainment,
You also don't have to be on Twitter.
you don't. Yeah,
I don't post anything on Twitter,
yeah.
and I know that if
And how many people were talking shit to this dude?
I don't know, man. You'd have to go back to like a week
Yeah.
ago.
I'm sure it was one guy.
Yeah, one guy just said the right
No one
thing.
knows who the fuck he is, So, you
Because
know.
they always like to pull out the card of like, hey, you know what? I got to do something you'll never get to do. It's like, yes, you played football. We respect you for that. Cam
Right.
Newton said the same thing. It's like, oh, and I'm like, that's not a valid point of argumentation.
No, it's not. And I think you brought up a great point with like, yeah, women commenting on men's sports. They shouldn't be allowed to comment on men's sports because they are not like in the league or they aren't able to play it. That's bullshit. And coaches, there are a lot of coaches that can't play football who are great coaches.
Yeah, look at Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it does come full circle at some point where even the players can't play in the league that they would
Exactly.
like.
That's a great point too. They reach a point where they're incapable of doing it. Also, let's flip it. There are a lot of former players who end up being horrible coaches.
Yes.
And
Horrible
all
coaches
sports.
and horrible commentators.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
Just because you're a player does not mean you're good at speaking on your sport.
Jason Witten, one of my favorite tight ends to see.
One of the worst commentators in history.
Yeah. Yeah.
He lasted, I don't think he only half a season. He didn't make it to the
It
end.
was half a season.
Yeah.
He was so like he just kept getting worse and worse week after week. It was really bad with him.
Yeah. For every like whether it's like color commentator during game or an analyst, for every Shannon Sharp and Charles Barkley, there are dozens of Jason Wittens.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't like it when it's the card of I was kind of like understanding some of Cam's points in his video, and then I can always understand players feeling like they should be able to have a voice until he was like, started being like I did something that y'all could never do sort of perspective, and I'm like, that just kind of devalues your argumentation because ultimately, dude, only a handful of people on the planet can play the sport. That doesn't, but millions of people watch and are really in the weeds of it and are probably watching more tape from like I don't want to take away from anything from analysts. There's probably plenty of analysts that watch tape over and over again. Where I have issues with is if you are making an analysis and you are making commentary on things, biasness should not pull away from what your analysis is.
Yeah.
That often happens, but that's, besides the point.
I just kind of have trouble like taking Cam seriously when he says anything. Have you seen how he posts online?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he was a very good player, don't get me wrong, but anytime like he has a statement to make, I'm like, Cam, like you've made yourself out to be like a weirdo and a clown. Like I can't take you that seriously.
Well, and that's not even a negative thing, Cam.
No.
Like, you're
You
being
make
your
that a
authentic
plus.
self.
He's welcome to do that. Absolutely.
But it's like whenever you're so laid back and chill and you're like giving your opinion and all of those things, it's just very off kilter whenever you're getting offended at certain points because like you put yourself out there.
Yeah, I would say you're opening yourself up.
You know what I mean? So it's like this kind of counterbalance where it's like, if that is the way you want to express yourself, which is totally fine. And like I said, I'm not talking anything about him. Dress the way you want to, do whatever you want to. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But it's more so like the way that you approach conversation, like kind of how you go about some things. Like it's not necessarily that you don't have serious conversation, but a lot of the times when you put yourself out there with a lot of laid back energy, then people are going to respond to you in a very lackadaisical effort too.
Yeah. Someone mentioned Tony Romo in there. Like, how do you guys feel about Tony
Falling
Romo?
off.
Thank you.
Oh, he sucked early on.
I thought
People love
he
him.
doesn't bother me.
I'm net
It
neutral.
was annoying. No, he gets worse and worse as the years go on.
My brother called that where he was saying, man, he's not going to be able to keep this like predicting shit up.
Oh yeah, no. The
Yeah.
guy who I listened to, a Houston radio show host, he was a former player. He's like, yeah, no, he knows that because he studied it, and
He
once
literally
that shit
just
runs
retired.
out, he's just gonna keep doing it. He's gonna be wrong.
He's just
Exactly what happened.
But that's the whole thing. It's like that's a great showcase of I like if you're a former player, like if you aren't sharpening that edge, then there's no difference between you and someone who has been studying and keeps pretty consistent with their analysis every day.
Yeah.
Most good analysis, the color commentators even. I like like Al Michaels and
Well, and
not now.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna
before.
say, I like. Collinsworth and.
Well, he played.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking.
He
about
was a
when did
Bengal.
play.
Yeah.
Okay. I misheard him. I didn't know you meant players, or excuse me, commentators who had never played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's journalists essentially.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of breaking news. Well, it's not breaking.
Oh, we got on. Oh. That's the alarm
No,
for
this is
breaking news?
this is the sound of happiness coming through.
Oh, it must be bad news.
No, Staley's fired.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's right.
positive.
That
jingle.
deserves. Has anyone heard from Josh, man?
I just.
Oh no, he was in the Discord.
Oh, what'd he say?
And he was basically like, time to crack out the drinks and cigars.
Yeah.
He was having a field day.
Good for him.
I'm talking. He was like the Wicked Witch is dead type of shit. He was
Good.
having a great time.
Took way too long. You missed out on some good coaches. I was about to say San Diego again. Fuck it, San Diego.
They should 100% go back to San Diego.
No one
100%.
wants them in L.A.
No.
They're just an embarrassment. That's a team that's an embarrassment that doesn't need to be one. It's a solid enough franchise. Like, it's going to get coaching options. There's going to be coaches that want to coach there. Mm-hmm. So
the setup is there. They got a Bosa on defense, a good running back. Yeah. I know you don't like the quarterback, but he's not
I
bad.
love Justin Herbert.
Oh, I thought you didn't for some reason.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he's been consistent with that.
Yeah, they always have good quarterbacks. They don't deserve good quarterbacks.
But Justin Herbert's one of the few players Tommy has been consistent on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine young man play.
The one that I was a little confused by was they fired the GM too.
But he deserved to go.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you seen that cap?
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say
If anything blocks them from getting a coach, it's going to be like,
Yeah, they're
I can't
screwed
do
for
anything.
a couple years.
Yeah.
But their roster's good, and the coach isn't affected by the salary cap.
No,
I mean,
they're-
you can't do anything with players.
one side,
Right.
one side of their ball is good. Their defense is not.
And that's what most
Well,
of the
their
money
defense.
is. That's what all the money is on the defense.
I think that roster is good, though. I mean, it might be overpriced.
Yeah, I
but-
think it is. Like how much more does?
Let me
Khalil
rephrase that.
Mack have?
I don't think it's. Like, I guess I can properly say that it is overpaid. For
That's a
some of
good.
their
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, that J.C. Jackson contract alone was ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he deserved to get fired for sure.
I mean, how many years have people been calling for Staley's job? I've been calling for his job for 2
He
years.
should have been fired 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I've noticed consistency with them though. They usually give coaches 4 years.
I wasn't super big on the fire him bus until he let the Jags come back in the playoffs.
that
and I
was-
was like,
It was
Stunning.
after that Raiders thing where they could have tied and he fucked that up.
That was
They
big
would've
too.
been
Because Staley's a
playoffs,
defensive
yeah.
coach, correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
they never
he
had a
is.
top 15
So
defense.
if you're a defensive coach,
Yeah.
that is not the side of the ball you should be struggling with.
Right.
No, that's always that's a bad sign. That's the worst sign.
Yeah. Say what you will about the Jets. The Jets are a crappy team. Their defense is pretty good.
Frightening.
They know, like,
a really good
are they
defense.
always turned on? No.
No.
Well, I
but
mean, if you were
when-
playing for the Jets,
But
you
when
wouldn't
they
be
need to get a
always
stop,
on.
you can look at them and be like, they're going to do something.
No, when they want to play, they are a very formidable defense.
They
they
lost.
didn't want to play this weekend.
I was going to say
No, they did not.
that looked like a team that quit.
Yeah.
So did the Steelers. So I think
People are really seriously starting to talk about Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're there already, huh?
yeah, because the team just it's one thing to not be very good. It's another thing when I just I see no heart out there.
That's I've never seen that out of the
Yeah,
Steelers team. That's why I don't
yes.
think he's getting his 500 this time.
He probably won't, and I don't know if they'll fire him, but they're not giving him a new contract. I'd be shocked
When
if
does
they
his
gave him
contract end?
2024.
Oh, they'll let him ride.
Yeah, I think they'll let him
They'll
ride
give
it
him
out.
the Belichick treatment.
It's really going to be.
Yeah.
It's really going to be based on the performance of next year. For being real,
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't going.
y'all have a deep super. If you guys have a deep playoff run, then
yeah, I agree. I think I think it's probably best for them both to go their separate ways. But I think they'll do that to where it's you got to do something.
Yeah, I think it's an Andy Reid and Philly situation.
I do too.
He's a great coach.
He'll
and-
get hired in a heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the Steelers will have their pick of the litter when it comes to coaches.
That's the
yeah.
most ideal coaching job in the NFL.
I just hope they lean
So
towards
I heard this
offensive
argument,
coaches.
and you can tell me if it's wrong, but I heard somebody say that if you fire your coach and he becomes the hottest coach on the market, you probably shouldn't fire him.
Well, they said that about Kellen Moore, even though he's an offensive
that was
coordinator.
foolish.
And I mean, the Cowboys' offense looks better than it did last year.
they're much. Kellen
Yeah.
Moore's super overrated. I don't understand why he got all the hype that he got.
Because the Cowboys
wacky
team,
plays.
I mean, Andy Reid got hired pretty quickly too, and I mean, Philly won a Super Bowl since then, and Kansas City's won too. I'd say work it out for
I think
both
Andy Reid's
sides.
probably the best comp too.
I agree.
Yeah, because you can. We've seen you get your team to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
But
sometimes it's really
it
sometimes,
just things run its course.
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes it's time.
Yeah.
and I feel like, but I'd also say from where I could also make the argumentation, at least for the Steelers, is a GM shakeup wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you just hired a new GM a couple of years ago, right?
yes, yeah.
He ain't doing his job, so yeah.
We're bad. Our offensive line hasn't been that good for a while. We can't find a quarterback. That's our biggest thing. We're great at finding skill position players.
How a third string is out here killing it. and you
That's
guys-
what's so frustrating. When I see like Jake Browning on the
Case
Bengals, Case Keenum,
Save
Like,
that
Jesus.
commentary.
and Cooper Rush, and I see like good backups out there.
Well, I mean, look.
hell. Tommy DeVito.
Yes,
Let's be real here.
they're out there.
I would sit there and be like, dog, the Cowboys for a third string tossed out some paperweight and got
Yeah.
Trey Lance. And
Yeah.
you would definitely would you give Trey Lance a chance?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
Like
you
that's
give David
idiotic.
Mills a chance.
I would. The neck.
yeah, the neck actually might work out for you.
Like what I don't get.
serviceable.
I think my most frustrating thing with the Steelers, at least from this last sort of thing, is why at the very fine you're sticking with Kenny Pickett. Why the fuck have your backups not changed yet?
I don't know.
I don't know how Mason Rudolph is still there. That's
and start
shit is
in.
insane
Yeah,
to me.
I would start him over Mitch at this point.
Why does he have a job?
But those are two
Last
players
season,
where I'm
you
like,
should have Clint House on your fucking backups and just got
Yep.
new. Like that's one of the
Yep.
easiest things to do. That's what frustrates me about the Steelers. They don't do the simple, easy things that other. It's like they're too good to do shit that other teams do. You know?
The Cowboys with no quarterback. Again, I will not
Make
not
it
get on this. With no
solidifying.
quarterback problems.
I'm all about solidifying.
Literally said, "Fuck it, let's get Trey
things.
Lance."
Yeah, let's get a first round pick as our third stringer.
there are two teams who have had more quarterbacks problems than us within our division, and they've handled it
Fucking Browns.
way better. Yes,
Jesus,
the Browns
come
and
on.
the Bengals.
Yeah.
and
You could have had Flacco in a Steelers uniform.
could have had
They're talking
Flacco.
about signing Flacco to like a contract.
They should
Hey,
take
now time out.
Why? And they
Flacco's playing
should.
his ass off.
exactly.
Ass off.
I'm not kidding.
No,
They
that
should.
team is built. That's a Flacco built team.
Yeah.
So I
Do whatever you're good at, Flacco. Whatever's left of it.
Dude,
I don't know. I
That's
like
good
I
enough.
like old man Flacco.
I like old man Flacco.
So the Ravens, when I saw them, and I was like, this team is really fucking good and hard to stop on their third string running back too. Like they didn't have a lot of parts. Joe Flacco threw 3 interceptions to start his game, and still I'm like, I really think we're headed to Joe Flacco beating the
He looks
Ravens
good.
this year.
You were 3 interceptions.
No. So we'll get to it in power rankings. If there's a bracket bust team, it's the Browns, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
They are a bracket busting team.
Yeah.
I'm scared of them.
Yeah. I said it in our group chat. I think Stefanski should get Coach of the Year.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
No, this is
Well-
my problem. The only thing I cannot give the Browns organization any accolades.
Well,
Reasons, reasons as such.
Right.
Well, that is Tommy's subject. He wanted that to be added.
Yeah.
Who is the best coach of the year right now?
I think it's Stefanski. He's won games with 4 different quarterbacks this season.
Impressive.
I think that's the most impressive coaching stat this year.
Sirianni. I'm
What?
kidding.
Yeah,
I like him, but nah. I thought I had Dan Campbell ahead for a while, but
I kind of really like my coach, Steichen. Yeah.
Steichen good.
that's first off.
impressive as fuck.
He's not your
first one,
coach.
I was actually about to catch it. Not your coach.
But that's a solid choice.
Your coach is good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him the year nod, but I think I've officially come to your side. Mike's doing really well.
Mike McCarthy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can, I like what he's done with the offense, and look,
are they
I'm not
dangling
gonna.
sandwiches in front of a playbook? It seems like he cares, which I've never seen that before.
I'm not gonna sit here and it was a bad loss, but good teams lose. It's fine.
Use a prosciutto as bookmarks.
And honestly, I was like, a lot of people wanted the Cowboys to win out, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a recipe for fucking
No,
disaster.
I don't want that.
Like, I don't want that for any team. No, I don't.
I was happy you guys lost.
Yeah, I was like,
honestly.
hey, look, we got the loss out the way.
Yeah,
Got the wake
it was
up call from
coming.
the Bills. Be like, cool. Got
Say
smacked a
that
little bit.
every time.
Well, no, because like this was a 5-game streak. This is
Okay.
this is like a real long streak, and I'm like, nah, you need a wake up call, or else you'll end up getting too hot for your britches, go into the
it was a
playoffs and
good
get
team.
fucked up.
Yeah,
And it was the Bills, so I'm not going to complain too much. It wasn't the Seahawks.
Oh, that's rough.
Fuck you. But seriously, yeah, I thought Mike has been doing pretty good.
I think that kind
didn't-
of proved the Seahawks are a little better than we thought
No,
they were.
they're not. The Eagles just are worse than what we thought.
I think the Seahawks are a lot like the Titans, and that they're like, even if they lose, they're gonna like take a pound of flesh from you.
Not these Titans.
Yeah.
We are healthy as fuck. This game was the one we came out the healthiest. They ain't. We fucked them up.
I mean, the way they fucked up Miami.
No, Miami just looked over. That was a fluke ass game. It happens. Fluke games happen. We lost 2 fluke games this season.
Well,
But no, my pick is D'Amico, obviously. I mean, you took my shell of a fucking husk of a team and got them into being playoff contenders in 1 year.
To be fair,
team, that's impressive.
there's a lot of teams who couldn't be able to do that. Let's look at the Panthers, who decided to fuck up their draft picks for some reason, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just shit show.
Yeah,
I don't think they get one.
fire.
Oh, they don't.
Nope.
Actually, that is funny. I don't want to see the Bears get any success.
Did you see a picture of their stadium from the game?
Yeah, it was super empty.
I've never seen a stadium that.
It was rainy that day. They didn't want to go to it.
That's bad. It was embarrassing. It was bad.
This was in Carolina.
Yeah.
Time out. You want to do this after
I'm
we
sorry,
do
Crypt.
the player talks? Because I think this is a great lead into that.
You rather do, because normally we do that right before pick'ems. But if you want to go do it before, we can.
No. I think that I think we should actually save this for when we get to this.
Okay.
I like that. So we can do the
Oh, no,
players
that's my my attaboy.
Oh, okay.
And 45 cents was the lowest tickets they had for sale.
Damn.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
So, I mean,
I would have paid for that to see Bijan.
That's true. Yeah, go to see the Falcons. Fuck it.
They lost by
45 cents is worth seeing Bijan and Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter's a fucking
You know what's kind of funny though?
sideshow freak. I'll be happy to pay.
It's like $1 or whatever to go see the game, but parking is still $60.
Really?
I don't really know. I'm just
They should
comparing
make
it.
parking free.
I'm just
If we
comparing.
get that.
I'm comparing it to Cowboy Stadium. I don't know what the fuck it's like.
You don't know a normal stadium experience.
No, I do not. Yeah. I know when I parked at the Steelers Stadium to take a picture next to the Immaculate Reception Memorial, like parking was free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Salt of the earth. People.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we took what did they call it, Sam? The train thing we took to the stadium when we saw the Steelers play the Ravens. There was they called it the T, right? Yeah, it was it was just like a public transit train that just went right to the stadium.
I would. Is it? So I guess that was our last subject.
Yeah, power rankings is our last subject.
Oh, well then that's during Pick'em's time. Okay, never mind. You're right.
No, it goes next.
Oh, do you want to?
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this way. Let's do our break now. Let's make people come back. Let's make people come back for the power rankings. Come back.
All right,
to the
we'll
show.
be right back. We're gonna take a quick ad. Hey guys, there's 44 of you guys in the audience, and I just want to ask a question. Have any of y'all been having sex recently?
I hope. I hope they have. I hope I have.
Well, if you have been having sex, you want to last more than a measly 15 minutes. And if you do...
Whoa, that's already kind of pushing it.
Well, it sounds like you need Joy Mode. And this is our newest sponsor, honestly. And if you use code MEX20... you'll get 20% off. Also, it's not like any kind of stupid gas station boner pills. It doesn't affect your blood pressure, isn't caffeine based. It's just literally a supplement to help your testosterone. We researched it. We wouldn't be selling you gas station dick pills. It's literally just ashwagandha, which is an herb that's been researched to help boost your testosterone. And we highly recommend it. We wouldn't be selling you nothing.
And honestly, our partners over at Joy Mode, they were trying to make sure that they've designed something that's a little less sketchy. And whenever we were looking at, and being fully transparent, when we look at any brands or partnerships, we always make sure to have an opportunity to connect and actually talk a little bit more about the product, but also want to make sure that we're only offering you guys the best. That said, it's actually pretty cool that we're able to have a partnership that's focused on an area that we get to talk about incrementally here and there, which is on the Mexcellence, if you ever want to check that out. But yeah, that said, I personally, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen those sketchy pills from the gas station. Also,
they're literally right when you check out.
Also, just online in general, it's kind of weird. But support in some certain areas, and hey, if you're looking for a little bit of spice, again, coupon code MEX20 will hook you up with a supplement.
The Sexual Performance is an all-natural, science-backed supplement to give your disco stick all the tool it needs with nothing it doesn't. Simply mix this wonderful concoction with 6 to 8 ounces of water, 45 minutes before sexual activity, and watch the magic unfold.
If you've ever taken something like a pre-workout, minus the caffeine, it's pretty much similar like that. And so same setup, same supplementation, not same supplementation, but different mix of supplementation. But ultimately, we just want to give you a different angle of support. That's on our end.
So remember, Joy Mode, use code MEX20, and we'll be right back with our power rankings. Tell freaking just to answer your questions, because you've been asking about Sammy. Sammy is a very important part of the show. He is the maestro of the show. He's not here. He's in California. He's enjoying some time off with family.
He also does not do the sports show. So.
I didn't even notice he wasn't here.
We haven't talked about the Raiders. If we had talked about the Raiders, yeah, exactly. If we talked about the Raiders, you would have heard Sammy come in.
Especially this week.
Oh yeah,
Because I mean, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
63 points is a lot of points.
I've never seen a game like that before.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you did 70 points earlier this year.
That was different.
This was different
This one was a little
because this is in
strange.
this is in division.
In division.
This is
it
why
wasn't that much yardage.
No.
It was just
that's
all
why Staley got
touchdown.
fired.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So who lost Pick'ems this week?
No, we're not there yet.
No, but who did?
Gertz did.
I did.
I know what you gotta get.
What?
You should have believed me. What I say? I said them Hawks.
I mean, the reason I don't have to do pick'ems is because I chose against the Cowboys.
That's fine. I chose the Hawks. Everyone thought I was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't a good week for me. It was a bad week for Pick'ems anyway.
Well,
Shout out to Tina, always how to put it, always keeping sure the chat is taken care of, and Tina as preparation for that show that you're gonna get for you too.
Man, did these guys-
Joe Moyd is like going hand in hand, so we got you. It's all playing.
I was about to say, did everybody leave just because we were talking about boner pills? No, I'm playing. No. But anyway, we're going to talk about all the teams, not just the Raiders, because it's power rankings time. This is what we left off last
It's not
time.
even relevant.
Yeah,
Right.
do we have to rank them all?
Yeah, at this point in time. So
mean-
what tiers matter here? Because S tier we've established, at this point in time, no one really deserves it.
I would
So
say
we were looking at like A and B.
Well,
right?
let's
I would
start.
say S, A, and B matter.
Yeah, S, A, and B. Let's start at the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Carolina.
How about this? Without any objective opinions here, let's go ahead and put all of the teams that are out of playoff contention in detail.
Well, there's six
I
teams
agree.
there.
Cool.
Are they already there?
No, they're well, actually, 1, 2, 3.
Tennessee's definitely there.
Yes.
They're
Tennessee,
bitch,
yeah, Tennessee's right there.
That team.
I'm pulling up the list.
Chicago, I think, is there. too.
Washington and the Saints.
The Saints, I think, are still alive.
Really?
Saints are still alive. The NFC
Oh.
South is a very fucked
Yeah.
place right now.
Weird.
Yeah, the winner of that division is going to be like 9 and
Washington's
8.
out though, right?
Yes.
So the teams that should
think
be
so.
that should be certainly in D tier are the Patriots, the Jets, the Titans, the Panthers, the Cardinals, and the Commanders.
Yep.
Commanders. All right, who else?
It's the Patriots, Jets, Titans, Panthers, Cardinals, Commanders.
Cardinals.
Falcons even still alive?
Yeah.
The NFC South is a weird fucking
Yeah, okay,
place.
you're right.
The Falcons and the Saints are like neck and neck.
Everybody wants to play
Yeah.
that team first
Yeah.
in the playoff.
I put move the Jets. Move the Jets
I would
up.
not want to play the Saints.
I want to move the.
I'd-
I want to move the Giants up a tier after their DeVito magic.
Technically speaking.
I mean, it's right.
So I would say for all of the meh teams that are still not out of playoff contention, we can probably move them to C.
Yeah.
D will be a very light tier.
I think, because I think C should be teams where it's a long shot for them to make the playoffs.
But they can still do it.
Yes.
Technically.
That's how we should feel at week 15. That's what I mean.
that.
Yeah, I
I like
agree.
Well, I mean that means the Packers come up too.
Yeah.
Yep, I
And
agree.
the Rams.
The Rams.
The
yeah.
Bears.
Well,
There should only be
The Jets
16
just
in
got
D.
eliminated.
yep, they did.
Yeah. And the Bears.
Bears aren't in anymore.
No, they are.
Are they? How?
It's AFC South. Oh, the NFC North is also weird.
Okay.
A little weird.
Yeah, like the Lions are going to win it now.
Actually, I saw a meme today that was about stats. There's only like 5 teams in the NFC with like overwhelmingly winning records.
Things are much simpler there. Fucking chaos in the AFC.
So I think this is where it actually gets a little tricky. And we can
So
do
my
this-
name's Marco. This is TJ. That's Tommy in the hat, and Gertz without the hat on the other side.
Yo.
Call me Black Man if you'd like to, but I prefer TJ. On the note of, you know what? I'm gonna toss this one your way, Gertz. Gertz, what team sticks out in your mind as wanting to adjust from C tier as it currently stands? Without the Buffalo Bills, who, yes, will move them up out of obligation.
So what's the question? Which team should go down into C tier?
No. Let's say up from C tier.
Up,
There's quite a few teams already.
The Colts need to go up.
The Colts need to go up.
Yeah. Bengals, technically.
The Bengals should go up.
Tampa should.
Tampa should go up.
That looks about right. Actually, no, time the fuck out.
Bills can go up.
Can we move the Chargers down? Because I feel like they are technically out at this point, right? That's the AFC. They're 5-8.
I mean, if we're going,
They're not
Really?
out of contention.
they're not out of
yet.
contention
How
yet.
the fuck not?
I agree with you in principle, Tommy.
Yeah.
But they're not out. TJ's right. They're technically
Okay.
still alive. Because if we do that, man, this section will take 3 hours, like it always does.
Well, that looks about right.
Yeah, I feel like this is right for C.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Long
I pulled
shot.
down the Vikings.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
I
Yeah,
agree.
we haven't pulled any down yet.
Yeah, we have not pulled any down.
But I think that's like the only one you can. Oh, Seahawks also.
Right there, maybe.
Yeah, I'd pull down the Seahawks.
No, the Seahawks are in playoff.
yeah, they just because
Are
their
they?
win,
Oh.
that did help them quite a bit.
They're 500, right?
So they make the wild
Yeah,
card.
they're
at
fine.
They're the
start
wild
of the
card.
year.
I would-
Okay.
Actually, that's a great call. Who are the teams that would make it today? Because I think that does warrant your B. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can make the C's. Actually,
Because there are some teams that are like, I just don't think they're like the Seahawks are not going to make it. I don't think the Steelers are going to make it.
No.
Like I would bump the Steelers and the Seahawks down to C.
Steelers and the Steelers. I'm okay with them moving down after their performance this weekend, and them being down Mitch Trubisky.
They've lost 3 in a row.
That's
Like,
why.
Yeah, they look
Yeah.
worse and worse every
Yeah.
day. Which is usually the time they
The
pick it
Broncos
up as
are a
well.
little bit tougher because
They are tougher.
Yeah,
They're very tough.
They were hot for a bit, and then they've had
They
like
cooled,
2.
and then they
Yeah.
had another win, right? Or did they lose that?
They lost. They lost to the Lions.
Oh, that's right.
But the Lions
Bad.
are good. The Lions are
Lions
good.
are good.
I do want to argue that the Seahawks are bottom of B. Like at the worst, they're the worst, but they're going to make the playoffs and lose the wild card.
True.
You think they're going to make it?
Yeah.
Wild card.
Okay. I don't know if
You do know most of the teams in the NFC are in just because they're in the NFC South.
yeah.
And the NFC North is also very weird because the fucking Packers won like 3 games out of fucking nowhere.
That's true, and then they cooled off too. Though Jordan Love still played pretty well from what I saw.
He's up and down.
Yeah, he's essentially a rookie as a starter. Can we pull the list back up?
this gets a little dicey.
So I think that might be it for teams that move down from B. There are some teams that I think should move up into
Yeah, I think
A.
we're moving up at this point.
All right,
Yeah.
who's moving up to A? The
The Browns.
Browns. Oh, by the way, I had this funny meme to talk about real quick about how hard it is to figure out a power ranking schedule.
Yeah, and the Browns ruin it.
The Browns are the Browns are the best team.
yeah.
Because they're the only ones with wins over the best AFC and NFC team. But let's start at the bottom real quick.
Yeah.
The Jaguars beat the Bills, who've been a little bit dominant, but then the Jaguars lost to the Lions,
Yep.
and they lost to the Chiefs. Chiefs lose to the Lions. Look, the Bills are...
No.
Is this a
Jaguars didn't lose
tiebreaker?
to the Lions. The Baltimore Ravens beat the Jaguars. That's just a weird line. The Lions beat the Chiefs, but somehow the Ravens, beat the piss out of the Lions.
Yeah, they did.
The Dolphins are fake, but also a 10-14 and very confusing.
Oh, also, Seahawks are not in. The Rams are in right now.
Yeah, I think the Rams are
But
better.
the Seahawks are
Also, they're on the cusp.
the Seahawks are like the 8th, so they're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're sniffing it.
Them and the Saints are on the cusp.
And if
So they could easily get in, which is weird.
and the Cowboys are an S tier team at home and an F tier team anywhere else. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I hate this shit this year.
They should be in.
And I do like that
they deserve to
the
be.
top NFC and AFC team for real face next week.
Yeah.
These teams going to start eliminating themselves out of like.
Well, that's
the
basically what it
Bengals
comes
and
down
Browns
to.
play, and like it's just they're gonna start knocking themselves off. It's gonna start balancing out.
But all right, in that case, do we move the Rams up and the?
Yeah,
I think the Rams should
Rams
be
are
in
in.
B.
Yeah, Seahawks
Yeah.
are not
Yeah.
at the very bottom of whatever that one is. So yeah. Yeah, they deserve to be right next to the Broncos.
I will agree to your as a dark horse pick. I think the Browns should. I think the Browns should be an A. I would agree.
I think they should be an A.
This is a personal feeling.
Yeah. I'm concerned about them. I'm more concerned about them than the Bengals, frankly.
No, I think that.
I mean, the Broncos also. I mean, they're 7-7. They're like the fourth team away from even being close to the playoffs.
How many 8-7 teams are there now?
8-6.
Yeah, 8-6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are
The
going to
Broncos
make
ain't
it.
one of them, though.
I think
Shit, the Browns are 9-5.
yes,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Very good. We don't know how they keep
With
winning
4
fucking
quarterbacks. Dog,
games.
that's
yeah,
actually
that's
kinda rough.
impressive as hell.
Like any
They've won games off of just defense.
Oh, yeah.
and their run
games.
and their run game without Nick Chubb.
No Nick Chubb.
Oh God.
That's why I'm like, dude, Stefanski's
And they-
coach of the year.
Miles Garrett was missing for some of those
That's
games.
true, yeah.
I'm actually kind of.
Actually-
You've put me on red alert.
Yeah, I'd be worried about them.
We can't do it, but they should be an S.
Yeah, S off principle.
Yeah.
They beat the 2 best teams in the NFC and AFC.
And they weren't fluky. Like, I mean,
Convincing win.
yeah, I mean, I do think the Niners were beat up because they're always beat up, but they're always beat up, and we hold that against the Niners. So I don't consider that fluky. I consider that the norm. So
Just hope you catch them when they beat
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I'll make this simple, just to make sure we're not having an because I don't think there's disagreement. Just off of principle, there has to be 2 teams in us. We can. I don't necessarily think there has to, but we could put the San Francisco 49ers and the Ravens in S.
Yeah.
Off of just being the best in their leagues, and they do
Off
look
of vibes.
Off of vibes. In my personal gut, that should be the team. No. Put the Ravens back down. Yup, this should be exactly what should be happening. But we need some S tier teams so A doesn't look
That
so
makes
cluttered.
sense. Only 2.
Only
yeah,
Only-
and I think those are the 2 right ones.
Yeah,
I think
I
the
agree.
Niners and the Ravens are. Yeah, I think they're the
That's
best teams
fair.
right now.
two. So if
Another
I,
Harbaugh Bowl? Could we have one?
if I may argue,
I think that TJ is actually right. There's no S tier teams, and we're gonna end up with like the Browns versus the Cowboys at the Super Bowl or some weird shit like that.
oh my god.
That is the most grotesque Super Bowl.
people will be
Fuck
vomiting in the stands.
Oh, God.
Fans will be throwing shit. I want it.
Deshaun Watson on the sideline.
You know he'd show up for that one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He'd
yeah,
sure
yeah,
show
you
up for
would.
that one.
Man,
God damn it.
if the
I don't know if I want to watch that.
if the Cowboys lose to the Browns in the
Oh,
Super
no, I would
Bowl,
love to watch that.
oh my god,
But, like, I don't want to root for the Browns.
it would just be like,
People will be forced to root for you.
remember at the end of the last Harry Potter movie when Voldemort just disintegrates into ash? Like, oh, that's Jerry Jones. If you lose to the Browns.
Well, let's decide our order here, and I'm gonna make a bold statement.
Wait,
You
do we
want-
do our
you want-
order for B?
No, I don't want them at top. No, pause that. I actually want the Eagles at the bottom.
Whoa. Let's do our order for B first.
For
That
B,
can't be the order.
Nah.
what's
I think Dolphins should get elevated. I don't
To
love
what?
to say it.
No, they should not.
No.
No.
On principle,
Oh,
they are
on
at
principle. They can't win to.
No, they're one.
They only win to
they're,
shitty
They're
teams.
2 games away from being top of their division.
But they only.
I thought they are at the top of their division. You mean?
Oh, not division. I
you
mean
mean
top
conference.
of the
of the AFC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but they're
winning
not
the
going to
division.
get there because they can't. Because you have to be good teams to get there.
Look, if
I mean,
I-
am I lying? They have it.
So this is too much insider baseball. We're not going to do it, but I do think that the way this is going to pan out, it's really tough for the Cowboys that they got to play the Lions and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And then I think the Eagles played just fucking the Giants twice. Like some teams just have easier rows from here on out. I mean, the Colts play the Raiders this fucking
I know.
weekend.
The Colts have one of the easiest schedules I've ever seen. I can't wait for that game. Do you have tickets to that game?
What? The Colts versus the Raiders? No, I was given the option of getting tickets versus this last weekend, and then you were like, I don't want to go.
No, I did not. I would have been in jail.
Would you have had a heart attack watching an overtime against
I would have gotten in a fight with a dumbass Tennessee Titans fan. I couldn't.
in an Oilers jersey?
Oh man, I can't. Especially in an Oilers jersey.
When we went to Booty and Acres, like we saw.
Yeah, you sent me that picture, and I said I would have been fighting.
Yeah, that's right.
Would have been, yeah.
And I said, no, he wouldn't. He's scared of group chats. That is a direct quote. But you should join us. It was fun.
As long as there's no more Titan fans.
You don't ever come to Bolden Acres with us.
Bolden Acres is fun, man.
That's one by where you live, right?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
off the
it's
breaker.
right. They have good food.
Yes.
It's no business. It's expensive because I was like, oh man, this is expensive, but it's actually really, really good.
Yeah.
It has no business being.
We went there on our cheat day, and it was worth it.
I get I've been a sucker for their chicken bacon ranch wrap. Tear that shit up. We're giving y'all our secret spots. All right, go watch these games.
They don't know which one. There's two.
There's two, and we go to the good one. So order of B.
I think I got
So
it
it's
down.
the best.
No, there
is-
should be six
The
teams.
best,
There should be
the
6
best
teams
is the Rams, and the worst is the Dolphins. I mean, no, sorry, the worst is the Rams. The best is the
is
Dolphins.
I think the Bills are better than the Dolphins. I know right now, rather.
No. I'm already, and I just got beat by them. This is not me saying anything. This is me being like, they're 7-6. Like, I have to at least acknowledge that you don't know what you're getting with
I
the
think they're
Bills.
8-6 now.
They're
No,
right.
they're
No,
8-6.
they're 8-6.
They're-
After being the
8-6.
Cowboys, I think they're 8-6 now, and they beat the Dolphins head to
They're
head.
creeping. Yep, 8-6. They're right behind the Texans in the.
Oh well, then yeah, sure.
I think the Rams are better than the Bucks.
The Bucks are pretty good at winning in overtime or the last second.
They've been scrappy.
They have been scrappy.
And just the Rams are inconsistent. If the Rams were, I don't know what's up with the Rams, but like there's some games where Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp are hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
And there are some games where they just get blown out by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But they're a weird team.
Where Sean just came in. It's like bang Niner gang. I don't like you here. I'm kidding. Stay around, please. So
Yeah, Bucks are obviously a fugazi team.
I don't think they're fugazi.
Oh, they're absolutely fugazi.
So no, when I look at B tier from Bucks, Bengals,
Bucks should be the
Bills,
last.
and Dolphins, that is the carousel of the roulette.
Yeah.
I don't know what like the Bills are a bracket busting team that can play their ass off
Yeah,
when
Bills
they
are a
want
good
to.
team. That's a scary team in the playoff time.
But yeah, they're a playoff team. That's what you call it. They're
a
like you
legit
said, they're
playoff
heating
team.
up at the wrong time. At the best time,
Yes,
but wrong
they
time
are.
for
for
everyone,
everyone
else.
else.
Yeah.
The Bucks should be the last place.
The Dolphins, I have no but
Not with the recent because we gave the
Oh,
Broncos
my God.
we gave the Broncos credit when they were on their upswing.
This is really not that much of an upswing.
They
They beat Green Bay, right?
No, they beat the Jets 30-0.
That's not that.
Have you beaten the Jets 30-0?
You know that's a sensitive subject.
the Jets also beat the Eagles.
And KC.
So, you know.
That's a good defense. It's a good defense.
Except when we play
They
them,
didn't look that
apparently.
good. They didn't have Tyreek.
When they
did-
want to be.
They didn't even have Tyreek that
They
game,
didn't
did
have
they?
Tyreek. That's why I'm trying to give the Dolphins some credit.
Yeah, that's a good point. To a concussed man, a man with a perpetual concussion, hung 30 on this vaunted defense.
Tua has no injuries this year
Also a
actually.
division game, so.
He had a gash in his arm, like
Oh, the little
no.
home amp.
bro,
Yeah.
like but nothing. Yeah, no actual injuries. Here we go, and I'm gonna put it out there in space. I'm fine with the rankings as they are, with the teams as they are. I wouldn't move any.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
What do you want to move, Tom?
I don't think.
The Bucks are terrible.
Are you
They're the
just-
worst team in this whole
No,
tier.
they're not. But they're not.
God,
Didn't they
no,
literally
they're
beat
not.
They literally beat the Rams, didn't they?
Everyone was beating the Rams early on.
That doesn't matter.
No, they beat the Rams on Anime Day like 2 weeks ago.
Were you talking specifically about B tier, TJ? About the order of the teams?
tier.
Okay, not overall, like not all the tiers, just
No,
B. Right?
just-
Okay.
Because B is too much of
Yes,
a.
it's fine.
It's a roulette, like you said.
It's a roulette.
Well, Texans are
agree.
better than the Bucks because they beat the shit out of the Bucks.
All right, I'll give you that.
And the
I'll give you
Bengals.
that one. I'll give you that one.
They're not.
No,
And I don't
no.
What do you mean?
They're not
Back up. I take the Bengals with Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I would too.
Doesn't matter.
I'll take
We played them, we
What
beat
did-
them, so
and
we
what
go
did I-
ahead.
That's not how it
What
works
did-
for everything.
and-
Oh my God.
Because then the
How does
Cardinals
this system work?
So, Tommy, I have bad news because I know how this breaks out. Unfortunately, I'm with you. I will take the Texans
makes
over
sense.
I will take the Texans over the Bengals. These two disagree. So we go to the only other vote in the House, which is a Bengals fan.
That's true. Samantha's going to pick the Bengals over the Texans.
See, defeated.
I'm with you.
I'm like, no.
Oh, do you get it?
I totally do.
Oh, shush. Jesus.
You don't get the.
Any other time I'd agree with the Bengal theory, but I mean, we still beat him.
What did I tell you about Joe Burrow, man?
I love the guy. He's hurt.
Oh, it's looking fugazi as fuck.
I said this
How
week.
is it?
He's riding.
hurt.
He's riding the coattails of great receivers and running backs.
Oh.
Jake Browning looks better than Joe Burrow has ever looked.
Oh,
right
get
now.
out of here.
Statistically,
He looks good.
he looks
I
great.
always thought Jake Browning was a good quarterback.
He looks great.
He was good in Washington.
He looks.
He's just a guy who
great.
I think Jake Browning should be a starter anyway.
Yeah,
somewhere.
and in Cincinnati.
No. God, you just hate Joe Cool.
No,
Why do you hate Joe Cool
I just
so much?
one, he dresses like a Dick Tracy
God
character, and two, like I saw this coming. I was like, wait a minute.
I like Joe.
What, him getting hurt?
No, well that too, but his receiving core is ridiculous.
I like Joe.
I'm sorry they have a good Tua has a receiving core, and you motherfuckers praise him like crazy.
I like Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I'm on. So you don't. I do.
No, I like him.
But
I just think he's overrated.
But I mean, he put on a pedestal for some reason. But Jake Browning has come in and really. This is not like, look, we make the joke. It's not a Cooper Rush situation.
No.
No. This is a dude who just didn't get his shot.
he's throwing it down the
Could've been
field.
there, yeah.
Genuinely looking
he's
like
good.
a magnificent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I think what game was it, Samantha? We watched the Bengals play, and I was like, why the fuck do they have this guy and the Steelers can't find a good backup? This is bullshit.
Was it the Vikings game this week?
No, it was earlier than that. I think it was his first game.
First injury where he got that tweak or whatever.
It was after the Ravens game because that one they lost because he came in the
remember
middle of
they
the
forced
game.
him to miss a game, at least one game where he should have missed several.
Who did they play after the Ravens? It was that game. I was like, who the like? I think it was the Jags. It was the Jags because he was out playing Trevor Lawrence. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where'd they find Jake Browning? And why can't the Steelers find a decent backup quarterback
I don't
anywhere?
think you guys look for anything.
I don't.
Honestly, I don't.
I think we don't know what to look for.
Ricardo's saying it's the Jags.
Yeah, okay.
I was
that's
going
what
to look
thought.
it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember I was like, oh, this is Trevor Lawrence,
he torched
ex-football
the
god.
fuck up.
Yeah. Yep. And speaking of which, the Jags, they got to move down a little bit.
Fuck yes, they do.
They're in playoff contention. That's all B means.
I know.
They've got to move down.
Oh, in B, though.
In B.
Like, I think the Colts are better than them.
Actually,
They beat
no.
the Colts.
They beat the Colts twice.
Ah!
So yeah, that's
That's
actually
fair.
accurate.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, fair.
I mean, well, we split, so I guess you cancel one out. So yeah.
Oh.
Well, the thing
all
about
right.
the
I'm
Texans
good
is you
with
have a
that,
more
I guess.
talented roster because you have 10 years of number one picks. But
No, most of them have not worked out.
Yeah.
We have like,
Tanking doesn't work.
oh no, this year it worked.
No, it didn't.
We got C.J. Stroud
It did
and
not
Will
work.
Anderson. I think we're okay.
God, it did not work.
It did. It completely changed our franchise around in one season, Jerry.
No, hiring a new coach changed your franchise around.
I mean, you had to fire. No, you didn't like that we fired the last one.
I didn't because
what I'm saying.
because you fired him for winning a game.
Immediately. That got us C.J. Stroud. It all comes full circle.
All the more reason to keep him.
Fuck no. That man doesn't deserve a job. But thank you. Love you. Thank you. Now retire.
on to A tier.
Take care
Should
of
be a
that
lot less of a discussion.
Very
Yeah.
easy.
I know.
Brown should be last.
No, I don't think
Oh, you
so. I don't think
Well,
so.
it seems to be Browns and the Lions is the last one.
No, I
Who
don't
should
think.
be last there? Eagles?
I kind of agree with TJ. I mean, I think it's either the Eagles or honestly the Chiefs.
No, you
The
are
Chiefs are pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Browns would beat
Actually,
the
might
Chiefs.
be-
Actually, the Browns lost to the Lions. They didn't
they?
play the Cowboys, and then they lost to the Eagles. So at least on the A tier,
Look,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
The
it looks
Eagles
right
beat the
to me,
Chiefs.
actually.
So, like,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the Chiefs look worse and worse every week.
Oh, timeout. Hold up. I've been saying it. Chiefs. Yes, I agree. Bottom of that bullshit. Yeah, so I was getting some Eagles. Trash. Trash. The fuck's happening? 3-game lose streak, and then you have the audacity to lose to the Seahawks after saying that. Oh, when the Cowboys beat the Seahawks, that's a
Seahawks with
mid-tier
Drew
team.
Lock.
That Drew Lock Seahawks, not even Gino.
Without Gino.
Not even-
Yeah.
Bro, that Drew Lock out here with the coat. Come on, he's carrying the team.
Did you? It's not even a bad quarterback, a worse quarterback that you lost to.
Did you hear who the new defensive coordinator is for the Eagles? Who? Matt Patricia.
Yeah. That's when you know
Oh
your
no,
shit
time
is
out.
bad.
He's not the defensive coordinator.
He's just calling the defensive plays.
Yeah, but he's calling the defensive plays.
That's a
defensive
coordinator.
coordinator.
Yeah, it sounds like a defensive coordinator to me.
There's some people don't like Matt Patricia.
Now, what I will say is, shout out to the Eagles organization for one thing. I saw Big Dom chilling in the box, and I was like, "Hey, yo, they take care of your." So I'm out here chopping, like, I actually had some respect for that.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, he can't be on the field. Let him eat."
Yeah.
That said, nah, I got a problem with these Eagle fans out here because when you win against the Seahawks, who you claimed as a mid-tier team, which is totally fine, not doing that, it's like, oh, it's a mid-tier team. They beat the brakes off y'all. Not the brakes, but actually, no, fuck that. For a Super
What was
Bowl
the
caliber
score?
team, 20-17. That's not what you want from a Jalen Hurts. That's not what you want.
Jalen was
3
bad.
picks?
2 picks.
Two picks.
Okay.
Two
One
picks.
to lose the game.
And
Jesus.
Yeah.
And let me talk about these picks, because I'm sick of this bullshit too. Dak Prescott had 16 picks last season, and I didn't hear the fucking end of it. You know how many Jalen has this season?
17, right?
17.
Yeah.
That's picks.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Dak did it in like 12 games.
That's not including, I don't think that's including Jalen's fumbles.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
not.
Is it including Dak's fumbles?
Dak didn't have any.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
no.
I
He
don't
has a
think
preferred
didn't
method
have
of turning
any.
over the ball.
He like to hand it over.
You don't need to touch me. I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, I got you, fam.
But no,
No, Jalen's turnover prone this year.
Jalen's
He's not
turnover
looked
prone.
good
He's
all
not
year.
looked good, and no one on the media wants to call a spade a spade.
He was in fucking MVP conversations last week.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
2
but,
weeks ago.
but
Yeah, it
pretty
changes every
recently.
week. But yeah, recently enough.
I'm like, look,
And so is Dak. But you know who's
Let's go down to-
who's taking the lead?
oh my God, I know.
Oh, Brock.
Oh, my guy, Brock Purdy.
Best system quarterback playing today.
Oh, the guy who's saddled with Kyle Shanahan throwing him to the Wolves. Yeah.
I mean, he's winning.
Christian McCaffrey should win if it's coming from the
effective.
49ers. Yeah, I'm starting to be a villain. But that said, I'm not
Sounds
even
bitter.
I'm not even that mad because ultimately, Dak's tied with Lamar. We're still in third place. It wasn't that like they didn't just run with it, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That said, next up the Browns. Yeah, that's the scariest team. I don't know how they can end up. They
Yeah.
finally have their offense situated, and that's a problem.
I think the Browns are just the Lions of last year kind of thing.
You think?
I'm not buying into
Well,
it
the
either,
Lions
man.
didn't make the playoffs last year.
I'm not saying that I'm not buying into it. I'm just saying the Lions at the end of the year, they didn't make the playoffs, but they probably could have beat anybody for one
Yes. Okay. No, I agree with
Any
that.
given
Yeah.
day type
Yeah.
of thing. Like
Yeah.
to me, the Browns, they could lose. Like they're not winning. They're not blowing teams out here. Like
No.
that's ugly games, but they're winning them, and I give them credit for that. But when you win ugly like that, you can lose ugly like that too, and this is the difference. Like it's any team can. I'm really interested to see this Texas. Hopefully CJ plays, but I'm interested to see the Texans versus them.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's pretty evenly matched in a way of like both of these teams can win any game, or they could kind of lose any game.
I'm trying to figure out, didn't the Browns and the Lions play each other?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I don't know. And I don't know about the Lions and the Cowboys. Who's better between the two?
We play them at home. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then you'll probably win.
Yeah, that's what I said. The reason why, and look, this is me looking at the A tier and being uncomfortable with the Cowboys being at the top of A tier. So this is me being 100% honest here.
But we would never put you there.
Well, I mean, like out of the teams that are there, they should be.
I don't think so.
But who?
Out of this Lions, I think
Who?
The
No, they're
Cowboys.
not. They're not though. That's just plain and simple.
I think they're a better team.
No, they're not. That's the problem. They don't
played
have a better
they
record.
played better teams.
They have.
They have.
I think they have a better record against winning teams.
Yeah. Well, everyone does. It's true.
We just haven't played them. I can't do anything about
that's
that.
why I'm happy y'all are playing the Dolphins because they're way more fugazi about that shit than y'all are. So
Like,
you need to knock them the fuck out so we can move on.
This is a
from that.
being
I'm
realistic.
tired of fake teams, man. We
Like
need to
being
start
realistic
whittling
conversation.
shit
This is me
down.
not advocating for the Cowboys. I'm just like, motherfucker.
You can't help it. You didn't make the schedule.
Motherfucker, all our hard games are at the end. That's like,
Quite
I didn't
literally.
choose
At
this.
least you have them.
Yeah.
They're there.
I said, we're getting tested now, which is good before the playoffs. That's why I
Yeah,
like
true.
it. But that said,
You're not losing against the Titans like some bitches.
I'll make it easy. Put the Lions versus Cowboys record. Let's just see that and then use that as the defective.
No, because we know who won more games.
I don't know.
We get it.
Oh, actually, I don't.
the Cowboys
know.
won more by one
I think
game.
they're both 10-4 now.
Oh, wait. The Lions did.
No, I meant the Lions versus Cowboys against each other. Oh. I don't know who's won more.
I think y'all have the same record.
Against each other? Hold up.
Yep, 10-4. You're both 10-4.
We're both 10-14. I just meant like actually going against each other over
Like
the
head to
years.
head.
Oh, I don't think that matters this time around because this is
That
a
one
different
doesn't
Lions team.
If it only
No,
ma-
no.
I think that only
No,
that matters within division.
Divisions.
It does not matter.
No. My only reason I'm saying that is every year we say it's a different Lions team. We know how this goes.
They're going to make the playoffs, though.
Actually, we've only talked about the Lions
They've
2
gotten better,
times.
steadily gotten better over the years.
Yeah. Last year we were like, oh, they might make it.
Yeah.
And even though they
make
didn't,
it.
they went out on a high note because they knocked out Green Bay and ended Aaron Rodgers' tenure there.
Rakeem, I'm not even disagreeing with you. We lost Van Der Esch, and Van Der Esch was there is a clear. If you watch on tape, there's a clear difference with the defense when it comes to run when Van Der Esch is in and not broken, and when Van Der Esch is out.
Mostly broken.
And I think, I hope, maybe I'm just hoping this. I hope the Lions are done have ended their skid with the win against the Broncos because the Broncos were pretty hot.
Yeah,
And the Lions
Was
were,
it a dominant win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like they were up by like several scores at halftime.
Yeah.
I felt like a jackass when I saw the score because I picked the Broncos. I felt stupid, so it was a pretty big beatdown.
Well, then I'll also make it like I said, I'm not really strongly on this one, so I'll concede. I don't really care because I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you. Like, I think that'll be a great game.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know which one I would say is better at this point either.
I don't know. That's going to be a really good game, though.
Yeah.
But I also am like, when it comes to, I couldn't tell you. So I think that's a toss up. I think that I feel more confident in the back three than I would for anything else, if that makes sense. Like, I'm totally fine with KC being at the bottom, Eagles being.
Yeah.
And man, let's talk about KC a little bit. You want to talk about
Tony?
Yeah, you want to.
I was gonna say you just mean Kadarius Toney.
He might want to get the fuck out of town as soon as the season's over.
I'm just saying this whole like
Jesus.
KC has not been scoring.
Yeah.
KC has not been. It's just been interesting because I'm like,
It's a lot.
you want to talk about playing real teams? I don't think KC's been put through the ringer yet.
They look like they haven't, but they've been losing against teams that suck. So
I was about to say, like, Casey has played good teams. They just lost to
they
them.
lose.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost to the.
To me, they remind
They
me-
lost. They lost to the Lions. They lost to the Eagles. I think they lost to the Packers too.
They
And
did.
They did, and the Jets.
And they split with the Broncos. So like they caught the Broncos when the Broncos were sucking, but then when the Broncos started picking up steam, they beat them. Yeah. So
They remind me of the Rams after they won their Super Bowl a little bit.
Super Bowl
Like,
hangover.
Yeah, it's just like you could tell it's just
Well,
distractions. and
I've never seen a
they don't
team
really seem like
just
they care too
completely
much.
fail at like one position. Like all their wide receivers are super trash.
yeah.
They're bad.
It's like that's really their only issue.
Yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is so frustrated.
No, the problem is it's getting Patrick Mahomes frustrated. It's getting Kelsey frustrated because he's double teamed on every play.
Yeah.
because they don't need to
So you
worry
have to-
about
yeah.
receivers.
Yep.
Take him out, and that's all you need.
Bro, literally before
You got to
any-
worry about Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, before any Chiefs game, just do a rain dance. You're probably gonna win. Summon some element.
Yeah.
Well, Isaiah Pacheco's hurt too. So
Yep.
Pacheco's hurt too.
yeah. Well, I don't know if he's still as hurt as he was, but he missed like a game or two, and then even after that, I don't think he's like
No.
back to normal.
If Bieniemy was still on the Chiefs, we would not be talking about this.
No, we would not.
Yeah, no.
Plain and simple.
They would be
Big
Super Bowl
time.
favorites.
He was the disciplinary.
Yeah.
And they look like a more disciplined team when they had. You know what I mean? They don't
I
look
mean,
that
they
disciplined.
didn't
right
get
now.
called offsides like the.
He was offsides.
He was.
Yeah.
He's big time. Now they're doing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
wide receivers left and right getting called for offside.
Yeah.
Checo's coming back
love it.
this week.
I love when first time shatters come in. And their team resonates. They're like, hold on, I gotta throw
Well,
some.
Broha was here earlier. He's the big Chiefs fan.
But yeah, I genuinely like. What I can say is I'm happy there is no clear cut like dominant, absolutely favorite team. 'Cause
Right.
It's just so fascinating.
I love it.
When
Yeah,
we're going
yeah.
into some of these next games, and I'm literally like,
We have no clue. I bet if we asked, if each of us would ask who you think is going to make the Super Bowl, we'd all have completely different answers.
because I see the Pats being
Because I'd
different.
pick with my heart, not my brain.
I respect that.
Because it's at this point, it's like, yeah, as good as the 49ers and Ravens look, they're still kind of beatable.
Yeah.
Because at
Yeah,
that point,
everyone's beatable.
yeah, at that point, the 49ers are going to play 4 good teams in a row.
Yeah.
And they might be back to their third string quarterback
There
again.
are no more Patriots here, so it's, which I love. And KC aren't the Patriots. Like they're gonna do this. Like it's lack of discipline there. They'll take a year off just to chill, enjoy the championship.
Well,
and
I mean,
also, Nixie, no one ever has this is not a Patty problem, or at least that's not my call out from the Chiefs.
No, he's there. His head's in the game. I think he's at the point like I got nothing, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want me.
He only had one misstep, and I kind of don't blame him to a degree. It was like how mad he got, but I kind of like that. But also,
because he's got some fire in him.
But he was also wrong.
Yeah,
stupid. Yeah,
but
it's just nice to see a crack in the chink.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
Like when I saw earlier when my quarterback got mad. This is why I've been I'm usually ride or die Dak, but I've been really hard this year because motherfucker looked pissed in one of his interviews, and I was like, oh yeah.
Well, when Dak lost to the Bills this weekend, they asked him like, "How do you feel knowing that you clinched the playoffs?" And he was like, "It really doesn't mean shit to me. We lost today," kind of thing.
Yeah, right. KC needs to fire Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy got Mitch Trubisky to the playoffs. Like he's not that bad.
No, Nagy ain't the problem.
No, their receiving course.
And that's Andy.
They do need to fire Tony.
They need to fire Tony.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, what options you got?
options.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man, if Joe Flacco can come back and throw for 3 touchdowns over 30 yards, then get Terrence Owens, Terrell
I was going to
Owens.
say, someone called T.O., Chad Johnson. Like someone,
Fuck it, man. We're digging up the corpses of old players to come play. You might as well.
Yep.
There's someone who has a case out there. I'm certain that, you can find someone with some bad rep.
Yeah.
Pick them up off the streets.
So who do
or aim retired. Yeah.
You brought this up, Tommy. Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl? You think we're all going to have different answers?
I do. Fuck, man.
Be real.
Yeah.
Who I think's gonna win?
It's gonna be fun.
No. Who do you think's going? Let's say that.
Oh fuck. I think it's gonna be San Fran, Baltimore. Honestly, I think that's accurate.
Okay.
Oof. I
don't think it'll be super entertaining, but yeah.
I disagree.
Who do you think?
So this is really hard. I just don't trust. And I could be wrong here. I don't trust Ravens in playoff games. They have not earned that yet.
Yeah, I agree.
And Lamar, and shout out to Lamar. Lamar, you're one of the few quarterbacks, if one of the ones who's playing up to their contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like to see that.
Yeah.
Purdy. Purdy's playing up to that contract too.
Yeah, Purdy could be throwing 4 picks a game and still be playing up to his contract. Considering the size of it.
Everyone else gets a paycheck. They're like, here's a coin jar for you. Here's a piggy bank.
Yeah. Brock Purdy gets HEB coupons, and he lives in California.
So to not. If we, and this is very much dependent on if we stay in the CBR, if we get second seed, then I have firm belief that this is one of the years. But I'm going to try and pick somebody else just so I don't do that.
Be honest.
Look, realistically, I'm actually going to go with what was said earlier. I do think the Browns Cowboys. Because to me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, no one has bracket busted the Browns, and they have not had a quarterback. And I watched that Flacco game last time. It was really good. The Cowboys, on the other hand, it's not a matter. It's a matter of when they play the 49ers, not if they play the 49ers.
Right.
And the 49ers at their weakest in the NFC Championship after they've had a game to get injured. And so that is the most likely pathway to the playoffs. And also, to lose to a team 3 times in a row, there is just some kind of give there. That's why I feel like it is in the swing favor. Of course, us if we get a W.
I don't think that's the case.
Again, I'm not like the 49ers are playing a tough schedule to end off the season. Do I think that anyone else that we play against, the Lions are the one that I'm
Yeah.
But if we play the Eagles, come on. If they stay how they are now, but they're not going to magically change their secondary overnight. Yeah. And even in the game that we had earlier this year, it was really, really close. The Bucks could be a surprise.
Surprise what?
Nah.
But that's about it. Like I'm not worried about Green Bay. I'm not worried about anybody else after that.
Yeah.
The Bucks.
What about you, Marco?
I'm picking an all cat Super Bowl just for like I said, I just want to see funsies.
Halftime show is just cats with the zoomies.
I think that the Lions have just they're going to get the problem with the Lions is they're hurt. They do have a lot of hurt pieces.
Jags, is that what you going?
No, Lions Bengals.
Oh, Jake Browning, man, that would be amazing. I would love that.
I want to see what the Bengals do and how they implode. They already paid Joe Burrow, but he didn't win the Super Bowl.
I said
I
earlier.
love things like that. Yeah.
I said this last week. If the Bengals have to win a Super Bowl, this is how I want it to go. I would love it. My pick is Lions and Steelers. No, I'm kidding.
They can't. They're both NFC.
Yeah. No, Lions and Steelers could happen.
No.
Steelers AFC.
Steelers AFC. AFC North.
Oh, so Steelers. I thought he was staring at the 49ers.
You don't need
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be Lions Ravens. And I said a few weeks ago, the bold prediction show of Lions are my pick to win it all, and I'm sticking with them.
Okay.
It feels like they're a year to me. I don't know.
If Jared Goff wins a Super Bowl,
Jared Goff Super Bowl champ. It'd be
will
bad
not
enough he
show up
made it
to
to 2
this show.
Super Bowls, according to him. I say it would be bad enough that Jared Goff made it to 2 Super Bowls.
I will be
in your
out of my
eyes.
skin, and
Yeah,
I've been
no.
nicer to him this year.
have.
You
This
should,
is the
because he's
nicest
not
you've ever
bad.
been.
We've been saying
Their backup quarterback is Teddy Bridgewater. Yes,
The
the
Lions.
Lions.
Fuck.
Oh, they're doing okay.
How did they get? Come on, man.
Teddy, I'm
Teddy
pretty sure. I think, it
Oh,
Bridgewater.
I agree.
was, I think it
You
was
need to fire
Teddy
your
who
GM
said, "I'm
'cause he doesn't
retiring
do
after
his
this
fucking
year."
job. Your GM treats a job like us, like we treat work at home jobs. Does he work an hour a day? Just fuck the rest of the day off? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I think every team has these and to your point, Keen, I think with every team, the problem is their motivations.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is teams lax up when their motivations are pulled back, right? Like, I'll put it this way. Cowboys, I think, they took the pedal off the gas halfway because it's like, cool, we found out we clinched the playoffs today. That's probably, it's some subconscious shit. That's why the same worry I have for the Cowboys is, if we make it to the NFC Championship, we finally made it to the NFC Championship. You know what I mean?
Weren't they all sick too?
Yes, we were all sick.
I heard Jalen was sick too. Like, was a sickness going around?
What the fuck's going on?
The Cowboys had a stomach bug, that
Oh,
impacted.
that shit's going around, yeah.
You know it's funny, like.
But I didn't bring it up because I don't want that as an excuse.
Do you remember
No, I
the show
hear ya.
Coach? I feel like
Oh,
you're gonna be the only one that remembers it. I don't remember what team he coached. Was it the Dolphins? Minnesota.
Yeah.
So there's an episode where Coach is going to the Super Bowl, and they go to play against the Bills. And then, do you remember this episode?
Don't.
So the assistant coach, the wacky guy, is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm going to take you all. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
take you all out for wings so that we can all get ready for the Super Bowl." And he takes them out to a place that's called Buffalo Bills because it's a Bills sports bar.
Yeah.
So they undercook the wings, and all the Cowboys or all the Vikings have salmonella and they can't play. And I was like, this plot line literally played out almost this weekend.
Oh, wow. Someone watched the whole episode of Coach. It's a perfect idea.
Why didn't we think of that?
Well, on to our normal topics. My first one is Attaboy, and I'm really proud of this one because Jack Browning is becoming a villain. Bengals also hurt a little bit. They're down 2 receivers, and T.Y. Higgins had to steal the show
T.
this week.
Higgins, yo. Well, he's good. They got him. He's right. They have plenty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But I'm saying they will be better, and Jack Browning is playing with a vengeance so far.
Yeah.
Jack Brown.
Yeah. And the friendship with Joe Burrow has ended.
That guy looks like he doesn't have friends with any.
I like
he
it.
doesn't do friends. I like that.
I like that a
He's
lot.
the exact opposite of Joe Burrow.
I know. Yeah.
To your question, Ricardo, just real quickly, literally any piece from the 49ers offense. If one of them gets hurt, that offense crumbles.
No, that's the way the system.
No,
works.
he asked if you have a question for y'all, which player would hurt a playoff team's chances if they got hurt?
Any of those. Yeah, any of those
Literally
stars
any
from the
49er.
49ers, yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, the most though.
No, I was about to say they can replace them a little bit. It's just that they lose 2 out of 3.
Trent Williams?
You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It
they
is
have to
no
lose
depth.
2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think it's 2 or 1 Christian.
I'll meet you there. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Like it's a Debo and Kittle
Yeah.
or a 1 Christian.
I was about to say when they lose Christian McCaffrey, they can just use Debo as a running back.
Right.
But then when they lose,
won't be as
Christian,
effective.
Yeah, when they lose Christian and Debo, then it's like,
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
But yeah.
Brock Purdy can only do so much.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And like win MVP.
He shouldn't.
He's going to.
And Rakina, I am on the same page with you. I have to give an attaboy to James Cook because he tore up the Cowboys defense single-handedly. It's not Josh Allen, and I'm tired. He got boasted in the MVP conversation for handing off the fucking ball bullshit.
Yeah.
It's called winning football, but okay.
No. I'm just saying, from a perspective of 174 fucking yards, your running back is the one who was the star of the show that day. And James Cook was awesome. Did mad respect.
Here's your Tommy.
I'm going with Case Keenum. Personally.
Okay.
Hey, he's old as dirt, and you're literally the same age. And
Tommy,
hey,
I'm like 4 years younger than you.
not me. You're way younger than me. But yeah, no, like I was proud of him. That was a great win that felt good for all the fans, and it goes with my take a lap too when that time comes.
I'm gonna go with the entire Raiders roster for ending Brandon Staley's coaching tenure.
I think Josh Mann agrees.
Yeah. So, that's something that we've all been wanting to happen for a long time.
I've never seen more people, even on the game, be like, "Yeah, he's fired, right?" Yeah. Definitely.
I think like Richard Sherman was saying, like he's not.
Fired at halftime.
Yeah, he's like he's not coming back out, right? Like he's like during halftime.
And even the morning show,
I'm liking these first-time
predict
chatters
12
today.
o'clock.
We
Yeah.
got a lot of fresh faces. Chibatoker 84. Time to smoke a bowl for the crew and the content they make. Thank you. Take an extra puff from me. Take a lap.
Yeah.
May I start off, please?
Yeah, go for it, sir.
Now, while Dak's over there running bleachers, so I won't call him out yet, even though I think the entire Cowboys team needs to be on the bleachers. Jalen Hurts is mine.
That's fair. Yeah, he played
That's
like
good.
garbage last night.
And to me, Jalen, and I'm an agreeable person. If you're sick, I'm fine with it. But if you're playing, I'm gonna grill you on how the way you're playing. Just like the Cowboys
Right.
roster was sick.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You still can't show up, and if you're gonna play, then play like how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So sorry, Jalen, you threw 2 interceptions, 2 game-changing interceptions.
Yup.
If you want to be a game changer,
He was.
Yeah, he was. Another way.
Mission
Yeah.
accomplished.
So Jalen gets a lap.
It's fair.
My take a lap is actually going to be on the other side. He was wearing an Oilers uniform. Derrick Henry
That's
is
gonna
the
be mine.
first person
I got
in
plenty.
NFL history
Yeah.
to do 20 attempts for 15 yards.
Yikes.
He ended, but it was a lot of negative yardage, so he ended like 16 with 9 yards.
That's
Who?
bad.
It's the worst
Derrick
of his
Henry.
career.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, don't look at that score. Like that game, that defense was beating the shit out of them. It looked like,
I watched that game.
Did you see Will Levis get hit at the end and like flop down? It was amazing. Like, they picked up steam. That defense picked up steam as it went on.
D'Amico said, I'm going to get my colors back.
Yeah, people, that was not a wise decision. They might have won that game had they not done that shit. Like, that fired up a lot of people. And it was just dumb. Tennessee fans don't get... I give them credit. They don't give a fuck about that. They're Titans fans.
Hey, real talk. If y'all were to win a Super Bowl, is JJ in the contracts to just get a ring by default?
Oh, absolutely.
I hope so.
Yeah. They talked about it.
Well, when,
Yes.
when you say they, do you mean the Titans or the Texans?
Both. I'm kidding. The Texans.
JJ was trolling. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he was like, well, we beat you, so I guess we get those colors back. I don't know the rules.
If there's any, I really feel like they just got to package up one of those rings and be like, he gets one.
Oh, yeah, they would absolutely do that.
Honorary
for JJ.
coaching staff.
He's
Yeah.
a hero.
So who's your take a lap?
Fuck. He took mine. So, goddamn, I'm sorry. The Cowboys. I'm going, not the whole Lord. I'll go Dak.
No, that's the wrong.
He lost.
Dan Quinn.
Why Dan Quinn?
The defense gave up 100.
I don't watch your games.
So then you can't just pick the Cowboys.
Oh, I got one.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
You can't just.
It's the default. I got no Trevor Lawrence because he sucks, and now it's finally starting to show that he sucks and he doesn't love football.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
Really offended me there. You're like, I don't watch the games, but I'm gonna just assume
Just
it was
what
the
people
quarterback. I
do.
was
This is
like,
America.
it's like it wasn't.
That's
really-
how we handle it.
I'm not
here.
saying Dak was magnificent. I'm just saying the defense also gave up.
JJ Watt had an opinion on the all black versus all white bowl game.
Did he really?
Yeah, we'd get cooked, not going to lie. Nobody on our squad is covering Tyreek.
We're gonna cook that corner. That's exactly what we said. Thank you. Also, I want to give us all that boys for handling that conversation so amicably.
It was so great.
That was so
We had
fun.
a literal conversation
Yeah.
about a race war game.
Yeah.
And it was totally civil. It was fun.
Yeah.
This is what America should be like.
Yes. It was
That's how these conversations should go.
self-deprecating and good humor.
You need to learn from us.
Yes.
We tried to give y'all things.
People don't want good things these days, TJ.
I take a lap. I mean, Marcos was there. He saw us first. I'm going to go with the Steelers as a whole. I was just like...
It's bad. It's hard to watch. Yeah.
I think the quarterback carousel just needs to get running.
I mean, even
They don't do anything.
The defense wasn't playing strong.
our defense gave up.
They look like a team that has given up.
Yeah, they have given up.
That don't I feel like Tom. He's got to be losing that locker room a little bit. It looks like
he's lost it.
Okay, yeah, because it really looks
Would
like.
you see the way Pickens blocked?
Pickens doesn't respect anyone. And yes,
Did you call it blocking? Like,
he really doesn't give a fuck.
no. And honestly, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Because I think he's incredibly talented.
He's really good.
Yeah, and this team keeps giving him garbage. And
it doesn't seem like they're trying.
No,
that's the problem.
I'm not mad. I'm more mad for him than I am at
You
him.
kept the shitty offensive coordinator
Yep.
that entire time.
Yep.
You're not giving them any help with
Because loyalty, don't you
that
know?
bullshit will not get you a Super Bowl.
Loyalty is
what
earned.
gets you Super Bowls? Cheating and tanking. do everything. I respect
Spoken like
it.
a true Texan.
You goddamn right, because we like to win. I'm sorry, TJ.
You do like to win. I'll give you that.
All costs, my friend. All costs. Do I have to food poison a team? Done.
You never pick your team to win.
I pick my team to win all the time. This season.
One out
I just got back on the bandwagon. Gertz.
3 seasons.
I just got back on the bandwagon, man.
I really regret not putting them in A tier last year.
No.
The Texans.
What would you put them in?
I mean, not last year, but when they were on that big winning streak.
Oh, yeah. No, even I wouldn't have done that.
No, you were arguing like, no, don't do that. You're going to
Gotta get
jinx
used
them.
to it. And look at them now. Concussed quarterback.
Who's
Look,
your
we're
backup?
not used to this, man. Give us a break. Fuck, this is very, Jesus, we were trash last year. Gertz.
Act like you've been there before.
We haven't, man. I don't know what
That's
party.
why I said act.
We can't fake shit, Gertz. We're too real for that. We're way too real for that. This is weird. We're not used to it. Let us have a season or two to get used to it. They will be insufferable. Yeah.
God.
Houston was already pretty insufferable. I mean, you guys won a baseball championship by cheating, and you still talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Pure pride. That made us actually prouder.
There's what? You guys are 7-7 now. 7 and 8-7. What's your record?
8-6.
8-6.
8-6, yeah.
Are you 8-6? Are the Texans 8-6?
Yeah, 8-6.
Yeah, everybody in the AFC South except the Titans is 8-6.
Wow. Okay.
So the Colts can still
already.
No,
the Colts can still win the AFC South.
2028, Gertz.
Oh, I said the Colts can still win the AFC South.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be a great game. They need to flex that to prime time.
You didn't pick them in week 1, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I had to feel it out. I had to feel it out, man. We got trust issues. They fucked us over.
Well, let's go ahead and jump into our pick'ems. Yeah. So the first game on Thursday looks like. Is there 2 games? No, I hate the fucking way the new layout is. The New Orleans Saints versus the Rams. They're both 7-7.
Yeah.
Both have playoff aspirations on the line.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm going with the.
I'm going with the Rams easily, actually.
I'm going with the Rams.
I'm doing the Rams, too.
TJ.
My fantasy's loading.
Oh.
Just pick the Rams. I don't know. Y'all were hyping up the Saints like they were, actually good.
No, I said they could win the division, and they're 7-7.
You said you didn't want to see them in the playoffs.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Why?
Because that defense is nasty.
Their defense isn't that good.
It's pretty good. That's why they're 7-7.
They have a shit quarterback.
Derek Carr's not shit. He's just okay.
He is the most mediocre quarterback I've ever seen.
Let me look up his stats. He was pretty good this past weekend.
Well, now we got an
Jokers
AFC.
conned me into picking the Giants last weekend. Because of Tommy DeVito.
I fell for that one, too.
He got injured.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He got injured during the game.
Oh, okay.
So
makes
it wasn't him.
Good. I want to see that story continue. I like the kid.
Well, we got an AFC North matchup next. The Bengals versus Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
You're loyal. I give you. That.
I am. They're
Bengals
not
for me.
Also, I mean, we own that team.
I don't think you own Jake Browning. That man does not give a fuck about tradition. You see, he will not be denied, Gertz.
I mean, traditionally, you own the Colts, but that didn't happen last week. But the thing is that I don't know the Bengals can win back-to-back.
And they're playing in Pittsburgh. That's a very hostile environment.
Hostile or not, your team is bad.
That's where Bane lives.
It's gonna be ugly,
Dude,
all of these.
I don't want to hear you say the Steelers are bad because I've been saying it all year.
It hurts me to say.
And you guys were like, they're not bad. They're 7-3. They're 7-4. Guess what? Now they're 7-7. Exactly like I said. They're bad. I know this team. They're
They
bad.
only need one more game, baby.
They only need one.
God, I'm picking the Steelers.
How many does he have to win to make 500? 2 more or 1 more?
He's got to win 2 more.
What's
Because
your schedule?
Technically, you
look
can't have 500. Oh, no, you can.
you can if there's a tie.
It's a tie. So yeah, it's either winning.
Tomlin's got this
winning
might be a
record.
tie.
Winning record or no winning record. That's what it's gonna be from here on out.
Oh man, he's
No more just at 500. Your schedule. ain't
Remember when we tied the Lions last year, or is that 2 years ago?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
That was
I even.
abysmal.
You predicted it so well.
Yeah, you predicted it and didn't call it.
God.
The Buffalo Bills are going
Come
to
on, man.
Hollywood.
Yeah. You know,
Go with Buffalo.
I would go Chargers if Justin Herbert weren't hurt. But
Same.
But he's hurt, so
Yeah.
I'm going Buffalo.
Easy pick for me. Colts over Atlanta.
Let me
going
have an
Atlanta.
opinion on that one.
All right, what's your opinion?
Is your fantasy done loading?
Yeah.
I wish my app still looked like yours.
I've not updated it for that reason. I like my little dark cap right here.
What's the
Yeah,
update?
mine still.
I just use the browser.
That looks weird.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have the same app. Yeah,
yeah.
you're good.
I just use Firefox.
I hate that. That looks ugly. What's yours look like, Tommy? Yeah, we have the better one. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I have an iPhone.
Who did you pick on then? Bills over Chargers? I assume?
Yeah, if they had Justin Herbert, that's the perfect Bills. That's the Bills type of loss.
Yes. Yeah.
But I will say, teams usually after losing a coach
Right.
rally pretty heavy.
Yeah. I just don't know who their quarterback even is going to be.
Who's
He
their-
played last week,
who's
but
their
I don't know
interim
who-
coach.
It's like their linebackers coach
Yeah,
was
they
elevated.
don't know how to do that shit right.
They're not ready to scheme for Josh Allen.
No. This is a tough first game after you lose your coach.
Yeah.
The Colts versus Atlanta. Both have
Atlanta.
playoff aspirations on the line.
I'm doing Atlanta just out of hope.
I'm going Colts.
Doing
I
Colts.
need them to lose.
I'm picking my team.
He's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed
That's,
to pick your
yeah,
team.
you
I'm
get
gonna
better.
throw my shit at you.
Yeah. You're turning me into Marge Simpson over here. Just
The Seahawks versus the Titans.
Well, Seahawks all day.
I'm going Seahawks.
I don't know, man. If
Titans are a mess.
yeah, I'm definitely going with Seahawks.
I'm going with the Seahawks as well.
This would be a Lions game to lose.
Yep.
No, I'm picking the Lions.
Pick of the Lions.
I don't know who the fuck the Vikings quarterback even is.
It's Josh Mullins, and I saw him throw from sitting down.
Lions on this one.
Loins.
They might lose though. Wouldn't
I have a
surprise-
weird-
I'm having a very hard time going in all in on the Lions.
It's all right. They're 10-4.
It's your how do I put it? Your animal instinct. You know that feeling that doesn't feel right. It's that.
Well, you've literally never seen them win a playoff game, so I get it.
None of us have. Right?
Nah.
Any of us alive.
No.
You know what? I like that. I like Chiba Tucker. Yes, you should treat yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Go for it.
I mean, bro, if you want me to give you my address, you can just send them on down. Washington versus the Jets.
This
I'll
one I
pick the
don't
Jets.
know.
This is a tight
This is the one I left off. I don't know.
I'm leaning towards Jets because both of these teams look like they just have given up. But I'm
Taking the
towards Jets.
Commanders.
I'm taking the Commanders too. They
It's-
just got a better quarterback.
That's true. Sam Howell's healthy, isn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm going Commanders.
I don't think Sam Howell played this weekend.
I think he didn't. I don't think it's no healthy quarterback. How many healthy quarterbacks is it? This
Oh, we
season?
talk about that, I think. At one
Gotta be
point.
like what? Two?
We had literally a segment
Yeah, he
that's
is
like,
playing,
why
so-
so many hurt quarterbacks?
I'm going watch.
Somebody brought up an interesting point that's like they don't practice as much as they do now because of the players' union.
God, they're getting soft.
NBA has the same issue.
Green Bay versus Carolina. Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay for sure.
Ooh, this is a good game.
This is going to be a good one. Yeah.
Very nervous about this one.
I'm going with my Super Bowl pick.
Going with the Browns.
Brown.
I got to pick my team.
Since when?
One game.
Since when?
One game this season.
My eyes for a second, it was like if eyes could kill. I was like,
One game this season, goddammit.
You have the temerity to be like, I got to pick my
Because
team.
of trust issue.
Oh, my Lord.
Tina Uchiha taking care of the stragglers. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I'm going Browns.
I'm going to go Texans, but I might change this later.
This is, for y'all, definitely a changeable one.
Jacksonville versus
Going
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Going Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
I don't think Trevor's playing like as if it matters.
Gert, you want to pick up a win off of us, huh?
No, I think I'm going Tampa Bay, too. Because,
You
yeah,
sheep following me.
you're following me. I'm leading. I still have to do my punishment.
That's right. I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm a team.
I want this one.
I'm a team player, folks. I fucking stunk last week, so I should.
Since I'm Brown, I got to go with the Browns. You're pretty cool, dude.
Devilish liquor right at the
Oh, is it the pickle beer?
Yeah.
I could have gotten out of here without saying anything.
I literally forgot because TJ changed the order.
Give me that nasty crap.
You waited till towards the end of the season.
Yeah, dog.
Oh,
I'm not finishing it.
Yeah, I saw a four. I saw a four loco in there and said, "I would much rather." It tastes worse than the last time. It looks worse.
oh God.
Shit.
It's like child abuse.
For the whole year. This was the one he was dreading the most.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think he's actually not been the worst this whole year till
For
now.
him, it is.
No.
Chug it, bro.
He'll end up hurling. I'm the same way. I cannot do pickle beers.
If you guys drop 5 subs right now, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I've never been more grateful to be a lightweight because, god damn.
Oh man.
Yeah. Sam, you're having some of this. You're going to taste this nasty
That's
shit,
rough.
man.
No, dude, I can't do it.
I've told her about this.
By the way, that's Sam, not Sam Gonzalez.
No,
just so you all know.
No.
Yeah.
That Sam does not live with me.
He doesn't even live here right now.
No.
I feel like we're in his home more than he is.
Is he in Disney World again or Disneyland?
I actually didn't ask him what his holiday plans were this time around.
Educated.
Ah, god damn it.
Man.
Dude, it's so bad.
It's
Good
disgusting.
God.
Well, we are down to the Cardinals versus the Bears. And this is kind of a tank poll, but I will pick.
This one's tough too.
Justin Fields has actually been playing pretty good lately.
I'm gonna do Bears. I don't think, and plus, if Kyler has nothing to play for, he doesn't care.
I can literally only afford 1 sub. Keep your money, bro.
Keep your
Thank
money, bro.
you, bro. We love you.
We like the intention. We're joking.
Buy food.
Yeah, go eat something.
Yeah, buy sustenance. I'm going with the Bears. I know, like, Kyler Murray might eat meat, but I agree with your analysis. If he doesn't have anything to play for, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he checked out.
Is there any way this Cowboys versus Dolphins game can end in a tie? Because, like,
Yes. Yes.
Hey, look, we're on the road. I'm even gonna advocate.
That's true, you are
Y'all
on
should
the
pick
road.
y'all should pick the Dolphins.
I'm not picking them. Why would I pick a team that doesn't know how to beat good teams?
Because
That doesn't
they-
make
because
logical
Dallas doesn't
sense.
know how to win on the road this year.
They're gonna tie. This is a tie game. I feel like they're just gonna cancel each other out or something. But if they don't, then I think Dallas. I don't see any way Miami wins this game. They don't know how to win.
Even my burps taste like pickles. Oh,
It'll be that way for the next 3 days.
no. Jesus.
Who you going with?
I'll pick the Cowboys right now, but I will look at the injury report on Friday.
That'll be important.
Yeah. Because the Cowboys, the last time I saw them, I didn't see him this week lose that game. But the week before, I'm like, damn, they lost like a dude every other quarter, I think.
It's been so many injuries.
We got wrecked this last game too. So if we can heal up, that's why. Like I know you say, oh, I say this often, but it's not like we've lost 4 times, and I like to get checked whenever we have those losses because.
Hey man, sometimes getting hurt isn't the worst thing. Like Blount came, you wouldn't have the Blount stats you have if Trayvon Diggs didn't get hurt.
You mean the bland? Yeah.
Sorry,
I was like
I forgot.
blonde.
I said blount. Blount, but I guess I was still wrong.
No, yeah, I really, it's not even necessarily that. I was like, hey, if they get injured now, get your injury out the way, be healed up by playoffs. And then also, yeah, I like to get this checked loss. I like, losses have to be strategic. You cannot, like, teams that go on a hot streak leading into the playoffs, like, I'm talking like, if we had one out led into the playoffs, that's destined for Cowboys failure. We cannot have the spotlight going into the playoffs.
You always have the spotlight.
Yeah, you always have it. Sounds like tanking mentality to me.
No, it's not tanking.
Losing, pick your losses.
No, it's just a matter if I have to lose, I'd rather have it happen now, not right before the right before
know
the
when they're
playoffs.
gonna lose.
Yeah,
You can feel it.
when the spotlight is too
You know.
bright.
You know what's funny is I saw someone talk about like the Cowboys cannot not be great. Like for the most part, like they can be good. They're trying to be great, but they'll never tank, even if it will make things a lot better in the long run.
Yeah,
kind
man,
of thing.
one of those teams that are destined to be stuck like the Steelers in one place.
Well, no one brought up the Steelers,
They should have.
and now that I'm remembering that, where it's just like they won't take a step backwards
No.
in order to take 3 steps
They're
forward, and I'm like,
ways,
well,
and it keeps them in one spot for longer.
Last season felt like, oh, this is a rebuild year.
Did it? Felt like every other year?
Yeah, last
Ever felt like
I mean, last year it felt like it because it felt like we were trying to get this quarterback situation straightened out, and it looked like Kenny was starting to get better as the season ended.
Yeah.
This year he's looked bad like all
He
year.
needs to be gone.
I'm
The
out
entire
on him.
quarterback room.
Yeah,
Clean
no,
it up.
I agree. Oh, that's fucking nasty.
And then
makes
these
me
next
fucking
games,
sick,
I actually
dude.
don't know.
well, the Patriots versus the Broncos.
This is just like a Patriots game to win.
Yes, out of spite from Bill Belichick. Because he knows he's gone, so he's going to just make the Patriots a draft.
Well, there is
position
a
worse.
story out there. I don't know how true it is because it's just the waiver wire, but it's like Bill Belichick and the Patriots have already agreed to mutually part ways.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the season.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes sense.
wow, that's actually a great analogy. Chiwatoka, the Cowboys are like a drunk guy at a bar who's full of charisma yet lack the coordination and stumbles when trying to show off their stuff.
Yeah. Really good analogy,
Actually, I was like, yeah, well, you're not wrong.
I'll take the Broncos to
going
win that game
Broncos,
just to be safe.
I'll take Broncos.
Say the Broncos by 80. Dude, the one thing Belichick doesn't do is let Nick score for too much. So
I mean, you know what? Belichick ain't Belichick anymore. He's been blown out several times this year.
shout out to Toll Free Coon. And I don't think I did Keon Stallone as well for the gifted subs. Really appreciate it.
Hype train is close. That was bad.
Bad. Again, no more. No, I'm kidding.
The Raiders versus the Chiefs.
This is
This
a game.
one, I don't know.
that
No, I know.
the
Sam can't be
Chiefs
happy
could-
at home.
Chiefs.
True.
It just comes down to
You're right.
Sam is home.
At Christmas,
yeah.
you're right.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Sure. Raiders. Was it last Christmas he lost to the Steelers?
Yep.
Yeah. The Steelers saved Christmas for me because my family, they were at each other's throats. The holiday tensions were getting to us, and then the Steelers won, and everything just got way better.
Thanks, Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
So, Toll Freakin, I will literally tell you, unfortunately, Sam will not be back until 2024. I can.
Hype trade thanks to Tina Uchiha and Rick
snap.
Sim. Got the last gifted sub. Hey, y'all. Really appreciate the love.
So-
Especially on the sports show. We love it.
So just tune in on January 4th. I can literally tell you our schedule for the rest of the year. And then it'll be a compass, and Sam will tell you about going to Disneyland.
Man, you ain't got to throw shade like that.
I bet Disneyland is fun at New Year's, maybe.
Sam, heart to heart. Don't go to Disneyland.
How many times has he been there?
Goes every time.
Like every time.
You know, it's supposed to be a magical place.
It has to lose its magic.
Exactly. If you go, like, if you see the same magic trick time and time again, it's not the same.
But last time he didn't go to Disneyland this
go to
November.
Universal?
No, he didn't do that. But instead, what he did do was watch a Nightmare Before Christmas play So, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just like
Yeah, it's in the same.
Disney
thing.
came to him.
Yeah, that's just the only difference.
that just sounds like Disneyland with extra steps.
The Giants versus the Eagles. I'll take the Eagles, but it would be really funny if
It wouldn't surprise me.
yeah,
As much as I want to click on the Giants, and
I'm not doing.
I
that
really
shit
do.
again.
I really want to.
I really,
I'm
really
not doing it
do.
again.
They just
I'm
look
gonna
like
wait.
they're in shambles, man.
Fool
But I
me
think they
once.
can scrape a win together against the Giants. At least one of them.
bro. If I wanted to get
She will
drunk,
come back anytime, dog.
if I wanted to get drunk and look at magical animals, I'd go to a furry convention.
Go to a zoo, see the real thing.
And then this is a coin toss. I'm
Yep.
going with the Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens.
San
The way
Fran.
I saw them play they were playing bad for like a quarter, and still the Ravens came back and fucking mollywhopped that team.
No, I'm going San Fran. It's the one that's going to split us.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran. I think it's a
I'm
really good
surprised.
game, but
Oh, it is.
I think
See,
San Fran-
it's a Super Bowl preview.
San Fran's healthy right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Dangerous
But this
when
is a
they're
game
healthy.
with a
Then when they
Ravens
could get hurt
defense that I
after.
think will get at least one of the pieces.
Who
knocked
plays San Fran? Do you play San Fran? Oh, you
Very,
already
very
played.
possible.
Who plays them after this game? Because that's a lucky team.
Yes.
They're going to be hurting.
Yeah, the Ravens hit hard, man. I respect that
These are two
team.
bully teams.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for the Ravens.
Let's go ahead and give it a look. Oh, it's the Commanders, so they won't take advantage of it.
No, they will
No, they
not.
won't. They can win.
Then they play the Rams. It's not a hard schedule for them.
I can see the Rams getting them if they're hurt. But yeah.
Well,
Only to play split.
well, at that point,
I don't know if the Rams even care.
I was about to say, at that point, the Niners might already have the conference locked up. And
Oh, they're already clinched the play. Yeah, they clinched the playoff spot. Yeah, they'll be fine. I don't know if they care anymore either. Like,
but the Rams might
If
still be
I'm-
playing for a playoff spot.
if I'm 49ers, I'm sitting people like second to last game on
Yeah.
the rest of the season. That would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But Kyle Shanahan.
Actually, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't
doesn't.
believe in that
No, he
rest
doesn't. He's a
schedule
fucking
thing.
Idiot. That's why he loses everything.
Yeah, like
He's a talented coach. That's why I love when other coaches from his tree take his shit and like, yeah, let me tweak this so we can actually win a championship.
you should get rest towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you should get rest early on.
When you have the same issue
yes,
every year,
every time.
like, come on, man. He's stubborn enough to not learn from his mistakes.
I would love Anthony Richardson on a 49ers team.
Oh my,
dude,
why?
he would last
Yeah.
4 games for his career.
You talking about games? Motherfucker would be dead.
It'd be a match made in heaven.
No, he's already his own. He has like, an angel and a demon on his shoulder. He has a Shane Steichen and he has a Kyle Shanahan. Shane Steichen saying, hey, no need to run head first into the end zone. Kyle Shanahan, do that shit. And he does it and he gets hurt.
Kyle Shanahan's like, if you score with your head first, it's worth more points.
You get-
Double digits.
Don't listen to him. Kyle's an asshole and a liar. Don't
yes, he really is.
You know what's funny, Cheva Toker? We did a bit at some point this season where it's like choose a new city to get a NFL team. I chose Boise, Idaho,
Why?
because Boise is
They
growing.
can't
A,
afford tickets.
B, I want to fuck up Denver's whole we own the entire half the country on a map.
Boise?
You don't have to go, bro.
I'm
You don't
sorry.
even
No.
you don't even go to games now.
Because it's expensive. But no.
It wouldn't be in Boise, Idaho.
No, it wouldn't. Some places don't deserve a team. Like we can't be giving out participation teams. Like this,
So,
Boise's done nothing to earn a team.
They make potatoes.
Oh God,
That's JJ's favorite
No.
fruit.
Potatoes are awesome.
potatoes are amazing.
Yeah.
you don't deserve a team because you produce them though.
That's more than Buffalo. What has Buffalo done?
Oh, they don't deserve a team. Green Bay doesn't either, but they got grandfathered in. You can't do anything about them.
But all right, guys, thank you for coming out. We're almost leaving at a flat 3-hour mark, so thank you all for being here. The energy was great.
and to see, dude, I can't even lie. I don't feel joy watching you drink that because I know
brutal.
how terrible it
It's
is.
so
It seems
bad.
brutal.
I really need to go to Houston to get the Haterade back.
And all the rest of
travel all
y'all,
over.
hey, we had a bunch of first-time chatters. Come through again. I don't know what our show is Thursday, but
We're playing it a little bit by ear, but I will try my best to announce it tomorrow. Have a good night.
Bye.
Follow our Instagram.